All right, everybody. All right, here we go. I hope. I have a new hope for this. No, okay, that was bad. Let me start over. All right, we're going to try to do this here Star Wars thing. This Star Wars thing that I've talked about doing for the longest time. It does seem cursed. I will say that. It does seem cursed. All kind of technical issues, yet again. Gremlins, all of that their stuff working against me. So we're going to try. We're going to try. This week, what I want to do, believe it or not, I'm going to attempt to stay on target, stay on target. I'm going to try to stay focused. Kind of hard for me to do, but I do have something I want to get out of the way first before we get into all of that their stuff, because I thought it would be easier to address this with everyone here. It would be much easier than sending out a whole bunch of DMs and messages and all that stuff. So the group chat on Twitter, okay, for those that aren't aware, that's how a lot of us YouTubers, for back of a better term, that's how we kind of stay in touch with each other, send out links and that sort of thing. So it's come to my attention that ever since Twitter updated its chats, okay, now the chats are encrypted. All the old stuff, like old group chats, and here come the motorcycles. It's like they know when I go live. All the old group chats are unencrypted. So they're kind of irrelevant. They still go on, but it's kind of like playing Russian roulette. Sometimes links upload, sometimes they don't. It's like I saw today, I posted the link in my group chat and it was on my PC, but it wasn't on my phone. So it's a mess. The chat situation is a mess. So what I was going to do was create a new group chat, because I do have some crazy people that want to be a part of the channel and come on from time to time and want to be part of their group chat. So I was going to make a whole new group chat. However, there's another glitch. As I was trying to add some people, Sandra, just for the record, you're one of them. It seems as if you haven't updated to the new chat system where you got to put in a pin or something like, because it's telling me certain people I can't add because you haven't updated to the new chat, whatever. So I couldn't exactly do that. So for the record, if you want to be included in a new group chat, which I'm totally planning on doing down the road, apparently, unfortunately, you have to upgrade to whatever, like I did with the new chat system. So for right now, I can't add anyone. I've been trying. I remember even SP4H, we were talking a couple of weeks ago, he told me to add him to the group chat. I can't because Twitter won't allow me. So, okay, I'm going to try not to harp anymore about that. But so stay tuned. I will try to add everyone. But like I said, unfortunately, you're going to have to abide by the new Twitter gods or whatever to be included. So there's that. So before, and I also have to I see that Carla's in the chat. So let me run through the chat real quick. Let me pop this up. We have the Sarge, everyone. The Sarge was in the chat. A 10. Hut. The Sarge is in the barracks, is what I meant to say. He says, hail. Reminder, I'm snowbirding in Arizona. Boarding, maybe? Or snowbirding. Bird watching? I don't know. Snowbirding in Arizona. So I've been far away from the fandom for a while. Here until the end of January. Okay, man. Well, you enjoy. Do they have snow in Arizona? I guess they do. Do they? I don't know. But anyway, you have fun in that there Arizona because you deserve it. And I will try my best to hold down this bloody fort until you return. But speaking of Sandra, Sandra is in the chat. There we have our Madman 4. Our Madman 4 is in the chat. I also think he might be somewhere closer than the chat. But stay tuned. Stay tuned. As well as King Dolphin. I'm pretty sure he's pretty close by too. So let's see. I'm going to try to scroll. Okay, that's another thing. Let me just get the elephant in the room out of the way too. So my mouse has been acting up. I know it happened to Doomcock the other night. So apparently it's catching. It's a computer virus, maybe? It's a mouse. Is there such a thing as a mouse virus? Because suddenly my mouse is doing its own thing. I took it apart twice in the last 2 days, and it was working properly. I cleaned it out, lined all of that there stuff. And now, right before the stream, it decided to start scrolling on its own and all of that there fine stuff too. So I might bring up some things. Maybe I shouldn't even. So stay tuned. It could get interesting. But we'd have, oh, hey, Wendy Trauma Warrior. She says, "Hail Fett. Nice to see you, Wendy. Nice to see you in the chat." Let's see who else. Okay, the Sarge was welcoming Wendy and Carla Burton. That's what I wanted to say. Unfortunately, we don't have our general tonight. General Kala. General Kala is commanding a camp at this very moment. So, but she said she's going to try to monitor the chat, and hopefully she can, because I'm like Raymond when he doesn't have Sandra. I'm in a lot of trouble when I'm left to my own devices. So anyway, she says I have 1 bar 4G, so I'm watchdog as long as possible. Okay, very cool, very cool. Because I didn't even bring. I should have. I didn't bring the Batman along with me tonight, but I have a feeling I'm probably going to need it, because Fett left on his own, not a good thing for anyone, including and especially Fett. So we also have Hail Lombardi 1969 is in the chat. Okay, Carla does have the link, so thank God, because I was just trying to pass a link on. Somebody requested a link because of them stupid rules over there on Twitter with that group chat. Not trying to stay on topic. I couldn't, man, was I having all, at the very moment I was about to go live. Okay. I tried to bring up the chat and it picked that moment to decide to verify that I was human. So we got that stuff going on, which is also something Rumble has adopted now too, which again, I'm not trying to rant and rave, but Rumble now adding to the chaos, and it is not needed. But okay, greetings, Fit for Hire. Greetings to you, Lombardi, 1969. The General salutes. Yeah. We got a black circle on my end. But Carla, I assure you, General Kala was saluting. So we're going to take the, oh, wait, there it is. Speaking of saluting, the Sarge said, oh, snowbirding, getting away from the snow in midst. Oh, okay, I gotcha. I don't blame you, man. I am so effing sick and tired of the snow. It's like, I heard they were calling for a bad winter, and I think we've already got more snow here in the last month than we had all last winter. And that's another thing. That's a New Year's resolution I'm trying to make, not only for myself, but for you all out there. Trying to stop, and I just did it again, trying to stop saying, because I'll tell you what, I used to nitpick all of that sort of thing. When I heard people publicly speaking and they would, or all of that, right? Well, now that I'm trying to make videos and host a live stream and trying not to have dead air, I notice I'm starting to go and stuff like that. So I'm making you a promise right now as a New Year's resolution that I'm going to try to stop doing that stuff. So anyhow, let's get back to the chat. Wendy says, I had to update my X app on my iPad to get the new version. Yep, that's the thing. Unfortunately, I think all you fine folks are going to have to do that in order for me to add you to a new group chat, because I guess I could keep the old one and make a new one too, but that's kind of the purpose of having the group chat, for me to be able to just put one link and have multiple people be able to click on it and come in when they want, unless you all want to be like Brother John and make me have to send a special email. Anyway, I love you, Brother John. So let's see. Oh, I did it again. See, I already broke my promise. I went, Wendy, if you want to join the panel, I can pass the link. Wendy she's still in the old chat, I believe. So she should have the link if she wants to. But what's this? King Dolphin says they didn't deliver oil to us because new phone system, it's cold here. They didn't give you. All right, we'll talk about that in a minute. But I think I'm, oh, hold on. I was almost, see, now my mouse is doing its crooked ass stuff. Anyway, there she is. Donna Hergenrether. Donna Hergenrether is here. She is here in the chat. She's, hi guys, missed you all. We missed you too, Donna. And while you're here, I'm not going to wait till the end anymore. I'm going to bring up the movie of the week before I do anything else, because Donna's still here. So here it is, ladies and gentlemen. The movie of this week is from I hope, I'm pretty sure, is dead men don't wear plaid. So if you guys and girls want to brush up on that there movie, from the best of my knowledge, that is what will be discussed this week. So there you go. So I promised I wouldn't be rambling and all of this stuff, but I'm doing it. So I want to bring some people in here, but before I do, I want to apologize for not being here last weekend. Rough weekend. Not going to make excuses. It just sucked. I wasn't here. I thought about doing a live stream on New Year's, but since everybody and their brother was already live streaming, I figured, no, might as well wait. So I want to wish everyone a happy new year, happy belated new year. And I hope to God it's better for all of us than 2025 was. Cause you know what? It seems like every year we're saying the same thing. I hope next year is better. And they just seem to keep getting worse. So I just want to pop one thing up, one moment of silence, because this is what I thought of 2025 summed up in two people. Okay, enough of the depressing stuff. Let's bring some folks in here before it gets too late. And I'm already, doing the intro for 2 hours when I'm trying to keep the live stream down to 2 hours. Anyway, let's bring in my partner in crime. You know him, you love him. Hit that beautiful Fez footage.
Ladies and gentlemen, millions watching around the world, let me introduce to you the genius of genealogy, the guru of guitar, John Fez Wendo.
And Restream struck again. It froze at the very end. I hope I cut it off at the right time because we're trying to be professional.
Yeah, I think it went well, and I actually saw the whole thing this time.
Oh, nice.
Great.
I wish I would. It'd be nice if the host, the
Yeah,
person pushing the buttons, could actually. But anyway.
yeah. Well, the new computer makes a difference. So
You look pretty
there's
good, brother
that.
John. I will say you look pretty good.
Thank you.
You're
I need
welcome.
a shave, but it's the weekend, so yeah.
All good.
It's
good.
been-
Oh, hey, hold on 1 second. Don't mean to talk over you, but
Yeah.
Lemon Pie is in the
Ooh.
chat.
Hi there.
Ian McDermott carried the prequels. I'm not going to argue. You might be right about that. One of my favorite things about the prequels, but we'll get into that. In a moment.
Mhm.
Donna agreed.
Yeah.
And let's see. Did you ever hear of the tragedy of the Star Wars sequels? Unfortunately, I'm well aware. Unfortunately, I wish the Jedi would have kept that one a secret. Anyhow, so how was your week, brother John? How was your week?
Oh, not too bad. You'll notice there's a whole lot more squirrels here than there were. And
You've been busy. Or
oh
dizzy.
yeah. Well, I'll give you an idea what I've been doing. This is just one person. This is ancestors of Lucy Grant, who was my 6th great grandmother. And it's, if I can see it here, it goes down the whole list. This thing is 16 feet long.
Jeez.
And it just keeps going and going and going.
Like the Energizer Bunny. Holy smokes.
And I have let me see, 82 minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I have 72 more of these to do.
Holy cow.
And that'll take me back to the 1500s. And it's fun and interesting. It gets a little bit tedious with the arthritis, with the pencil and the eraser and having to tape things together. But finding more and more cool stuff. And a few months ago, I found out that through this ancestor, her great-great-grandfather was also an ancestor of Ulysses Grant, General Grant, President Grant. So he's like a fifth cousin 5 times removed. And I broke a rubber band and snapped my finger. Ow! Poor little
Don't you hate that? Don't you hate that? Yeah. That's right up there with me. You know what I used to do, John, back in the 80s, right? When it was really cool to not cut your guitar strings off after you changed your strings and you bent them all kind of cockamamie ways and stuff like that. Well, I used to have this one guitar that I just used to stand my katana, right? The half V.
Yeah.
You could just kind of stand the case up and pull the guitar out.
Right.
Because it's the way it was laid in the case. And I can't tell you how many times I would like pull that out right in the eye with the string.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, that was short lived. That wasn't.
Yeah, and me, I'm kind of accident prone myself.
Same, likewise. What? John, we gotta.
I forgot to put tobacco in it.
Oh, see, that's telling you something.
Yeah,
that's God's telling you something. But you know what? I just had an idea here. We should make you the host, right? So we can always have you. Because I like this. I'm a good-looking guy when I hide down here behind that. Look at that.
You're fine.
John, I'm a stud. Look at this. I'm a stud when I hide behind the bubble. Anyway, I want to bring some other people in. Yeah, I don't. We got some people. Probably King Dolphin's not going to want to stay up too late, so I'm going to bring some other people in as soon as this cooperates. So we got our Madman 4 in the house.
Hello there.
The king of all dolphins. How are you?
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
And of course, I can't.
Hello.
I can't be without
your supervisor,
Mr.
Trike.
The real power behind the throne.
Sleeping Trike, dreaming dragon.
Someone said Star Wars, and I'm like, what time?
Yes. Well, here's the plan. Of course, every time I mention the plan falls apart and something happens. But
no plan survives the first punch to the face.
Yes, and it's been beaten to a pulp. So here's the plan. Anyway, officially want to try to make January Star Wars month. So tonight we're going to hit on the prequels and maybe if anything that we think Disney might have done right. Maybe not. But so next week, I want to try to hit on A New Hope, or Star Wars, as it was originally called. Following week, Empire Strikes Back. Week after that, Return of the Jedi. And then maybe even, since we didn't get to do it for Christmas, things like because we're going to get a hopefully five live streams this month. Maybe we'll hit on like the holiday special, anything else. So we'll just make it like a whole effing month of Star Wars. So there's the plan. Hopefully everything works. And let's
do it.
Yeah. Yes. Donna says, give Fed a boost. Hit the like button. Yes, if you would. That's something I got to remember to do. I'm finally remembering to do it in the videos, but I tend to forget on the live stream. Yes, please hit that there like button. Even if you're watching on the blasted replay, hit that there like button. Hook a brother up because we're getting back. We're on the right track. I'm trying to be, if you haven't noticed, I'm trying to get back into Star Wars mode and try to make this like a Star Wars channel like I originally intended. There will still be music talk. Have no fear. There will still be talk. Speak of music. But so now I think we're back on the right track. We got people joining the channel, coming to the channel and stuff like that. And we're still, man, are we ever so close to monetization? We're like knocking on the door. Last I checked, man, it's only like, so if you guys need something to watch, all right, even if you just put it on in the background, hook a brother up. I need like 130 some hours.
It's very important.
Yeah, just like
I'll be right back.
Don't threaten me, John. Okay.
Call of nature.
Okay, we'll be here. But yes, and also comments. That's the thing. That is the almighty thing with the YouTube algorithm. They like that interaction. So even if you just put a thumbs up in the comments or thumbs down, even, I don't care. That's still a comment, and YouTube still likes it. So Donna says, Star Wars rules, Star Trek drools. See, that's the bad thing about, I love this community. I love the Doomcock community. However, it is a little askewed in the direction of Star Trek. I feel. So I'm glad that some people are like-minded. I do like Star Trek. Don't get me wrong, and I hope I'm not breaking up here, but I do like Star Trek. However, it's clear if you would see my abode here, it's clear which one clearly dominates my life. So that's something else that we'll do after we're done talking about what we like or even dislike. You fellas do not, or people in the chat, you can share what you like about the stuff, and do not be afraid to say what you dislike, because this ain't no, this ain't no safe. We don't need safe spaces on this channel and things like that. We can take it. If you don't like something and you disagree with something I said, I'm a big boy. I can take it. I don't need a coloring book and some crayons to deal with it. So don't be afraid to tell me what you think. But after we discuss our love of the prequels or our hate of the prequels, it's all good. I know I have some stuff I want to show off. Not much. I have quite a few things prequel related, but I only grabbed, I got some cool stuff and some weird stuff. In my collection and what I collect, I like the really cool stuff, but I also like some of the weird, cheesy stuff too. So I'm going to drop some of that. I know our Madman has some things that he wants to show off. So anyone that wants to show some things off, we'll do that after we discuss the prequels. So Donna's laughing. So good. At least I'm good for something. People always told me I was a joke, so it's cool. It's cool that I'm still funny. So anyway, I think that's all I needed to talk about otherwise. So let's get into our discussion of the prequels. So I'm going to bring something up here. I'm going to read. Now, I'm sure by this time, everybody is fully aware of Star Wars and its prequels. Hopefully not the sequels so much, but I'm sure we're aware. But in the event that someone came here for the first time and has no clue what the prequels are, I'm just going to give a little breakdown here real quick, and there will probably be spoilers. So I'm sorry, but they've been out for 15 years, whatever at this point, longer even. Sorry if we spoil this for you. But so the Star Wars prequels, the Star Wars prequel trilogy, colloquially referred to as the prequels, is a series of epic space opera films written and directed by George Lucas. It was produced by Lucasfilm Limited. Anyway, and I'm trying not to rant about Disney because I'm trying to stay focused on. Okay, so films written and directed by George Lucas. It was produced by. Oh, okay, I already read that part. So I'm getting aggravated and I'm getting sidetracked. It was distributed by 20th Century Fox. The trilogy was released from 1999 to 2005 and is set before the original Star Wars trilogy from 77 to 83, chronologically making it the first act of the Skywalker saga. I don't like that term anymore because anyone can just adopt the name Skywalker now, apparently. So it doesn't hold as much water as it once did. But anyway, Lucas had planned a prequel trilogy as well as a sequel trilogy before the release of the original film, but halted major Star Wars films beyond the original trilogy by 1981. When computer-generated imagery, CGI, was advanced to the level he wanted for the visual effects he wanted for subsequent films, Lucas revived plans for the prequels by the early 1990s. The trilogy marked Lucas's return to directing after a 22-year hiatus following the original Star Wars film in 1977, as well as a 16-year hiatus between the classic and prequel trilogies. The trilogy consists of Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, 1999, Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, 2002, and Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, 2005. The films follow the training of the powerful youth Anakin Skywalker as a Jedi under the tutelage of Jedi Masters Qui-Gon Jinn, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and Yoda, his fall to the dark side of the Force, and rebirth as Darth Vader. The trilogy, it's hard for me to say Darth Vader and not go, anyway. The trilogy also depicts the corruption of the Galactic Republic as the genocide of the Jedi Order and the rise of the Empire under Palpatine, secretly the Sith Lord Darth Sidious. The first two films received mixed reviews, while the third's reception was more positive. Yes, and I will discuss that. All three enjoyed box office success. So there we go. There's a real quick breakdown, courtesy of Wikipedia. All right, let's see. All right, Carla's back. Cool. Wait, what's this? Donna says, Attack of the Clones is one of the most underrated Star Wars movies. Yeah, okay. So let's just get right into it.
Yeah.
So by 1999, when The Phantom Menace came out, I was very hopeful. I was kind of a young dad at the time. Had other things I was were a little more important. So believe it or not, I didn't go to the theater. I did not go to the theater to see it. I anxiously awaited the VHS. Okay, so this was the first time I saw it. As soon as it came out on VHS, and I'm looking, man, the price tag is still on it. $22.99. $22.99 for a VHS, right? So I remember watching this, and I was incredibly disappointed. Not sequel trilogy disappointed, right? But I was very disappointed. But for reasons different than most people, where most people can't stand Jar Jar Binks and stuff like that, I just kind of disassociate. I don't like Jar Jar Binks, but I get it. He was created for the kids, you know. He was created for the kids and the action figures and stuff like that. Yeah. So, like, I never had a problem with the Ewoks, where most people, that's their pet peeve with Return of the Jedi, the Ewoks. They're teddy bears. They were designed for action figures. Same thing with Jar Jar. My biggest gripe, well, I have a couple of them, with The Phantom Menace was, number one, and I hate to trash he's a kid at the time, but Jake Lloyd was not well cast. Jake Lloyd, in my opinion, should not have been Anakin. Now, okay, George Lucas was responsible for the yippies and stuff like that, I'm sure, but yeah, he was not well cast. Another gripe, of course, and I think I share it with a lot of people. Darth Maul, right? Killed off way too soon. Killed off way too soon. Yeah. Now, which led to but then
you got plot armor. He came back.
Yeah, I was just about to say, I do like that he came back in the Clone Wars and things like that. But yeah, so yeah, he was cut in half, you know. So that's one of the things where people were griping about. And listen, I'm not justifying anything Disney has done, but when people nitpick about, people getting run through in the Disney stuff with a lightsaber and surviving, I mean, Darth Maul was cut in half and survived. In the Clone Wars, that was before Disney bought it. That was George Lucas era. That was okay. You can blame Dave Filoni, whoever you want, but Darth Maul was brought back before Disney. So right there, okay, we should have had Darth Maul had a bigger role. Qui-Gon Jinn also too, I believe. Yeah. A lot of people think it was really stiff, a really stiff character and stuff like that. I liked him. I like the character of Qui-Gon. I think he should have been. Now, and the thing of it is it's still, George Lucas had a lot to fill in 3 movies, So, I can understand why we lost so many characters so quickly and things like that. But I can't really complain much more about The Phantom Menace. I did dislike it enough. I will say I did dislike this enough that I didn't bother going to see Attack of the Clones in the theater either, believe it or not. I figured I'm just going to see when it comes out like this and take my chances on it. I got to be honest, I wasn't a huge fan of Attack of the Clones either at first. I mean, there are scenes I like to this day, like the scene where Anakin takes out all the sand people, and like a lot of people hate the scene where he's talking to Padme because of how stiff he is and things like that. But I love the scene. I love the scene where he says, I killed them all. And not just the men, but the women and the children too.
That was a
and you listen in the background and you get your first taste of the Darth Vader music. Okay. That to this day is one of my favorite of all Star Wars scenes.
Well, the thing with that, the thing I had with the Attack of the Clones, Lucas could never write a love scene.
Yeah.
True.
So
True.
It did come out as stiff between Anakin and Padme.
True. But one thing I will say too, though, and a lot of people kind of pooped all over Hayden there for a while, but first of all, right off the bat, to me, stiff as he was, sand, it gets everywhere. All of that stuff aside, he was a major upgrade from Jake Lloyd, in my opinion. Yeah. So right off the bat, we're there. Now, another thing, I have grown to love the character of Count Dooku. Initially, I thought, well, he's no Darth Maul. It took me a while to warm up, even though the great Christopher Lee, I love Christopher Lee and stuff like that. It did take me a while, but now I can appreciate the character of Dooku and all of that there. So I have somewhat of a love for Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones now, but for one major reason.
Yeah.
Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
Okay. I have done, I don't know on how many videos now I've done, probably on all, every live stream that ever Revenge of the Sith was brought up. I love Revenge of the Sith. Again, I didn't see it in the theater. Matter of fact, I was kind of so disgruntled with Star Wars at this point, right? I just happened to be, it was around, I forget, it was Christmas or my birthday, but my former father-in-law, we were there together, and he was just like, I want to get you something for Christmas. What can I get you? Revenge of the Sith just happened to be there. So I was like, just get me that stupid thing. You know what I mean? That way I don't have to buy it, whatever. But honestly, I popped it in and I loved it from the very first scene. You know what I mean? The very first scene, I knew it was going to be a different movie. And I can't even put into words how much I love Revenge of the Sith. It's just, when I was a little kid, for the first time seeing Darth Vader, come on the Tantive 4, right? Take his first breath there, right? I always wanted to know what made him take his first breath as Darth Vader. Why was he this cyborg machine guy, evil thing, right? What drove him to that? Yeah. And as I sat there watching, and I was like 20-something years old, so I was an adult, and I'm sitting, so I've been through some stuff with women, okay, by this point. I've been through some stuff with women. And as I was, and as a kid, I would just sit there and I would think, oh, he's probably just born that way, or maybe he's like the son of the devil. I didn't know. As a little kid, you're thinking all these outlandish things. But as an adult watching this, I think I was at the right age. Been through enough things with women that as I watched that movie and I realized it was over a woman. It was over a woman that he became Darth Vader. I was like, of course that's what drove him to be Darth Vader. And the thing of it is where most people think he's this, and he is. He's probably in my opinion, he is the greatest cinematic villain of all time. I love Khan, from Wrath of Khan and stuff like that. But I think it's almost undisputable that Darth Vader is one of the greatest cinematic villains of all time. But he's so misunderstood too, because it was his love for Padme that drove him to the dark side, and geez, even just like so many things. To this day, like I'll watch Revenge of the Sith and I swear I'm still seeing things like I never saw before, Yeah. Like I can remember after seeing the scene where the helmet is coming down. Hayden Christensen is laying there all burned up on a table at the end, right? And the Vader helmet's coming down. And I guess I was just so, 20 years ago, whatever, when I'm watching the thing, when the mask came down, I was just so excited to hear that first breath. I didn't pay much attention to anything else. But over the years, I'm watching it and I realized that the lights in the floor from the overhead view is like the Imperial cog, right? It looks like the Imperial cog on the floor. And, when the mask is coming down, like if you look at Hayden's mouth, Anakin's mouth, he's saying, "Help me, Padme." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like devastating to me because I've been there. You know what I mean? I loved someone so much in my life that I felt like I would have sold my soul to the devil. I would have done anything that I could. Especially, I lost a parent at a reasonably young age too, like he did. He felt like he failed his mother by not saving her in time. You know what I mean? And so I feel a connection with Anakin. I think all of us probably do at some level. We've all loved someone so much at one point in time. We would have become Darth Vader if, fortunately we came to our senses and didn't fall to a dark side. But that's why I think I'm so emotionally attached to it. I love everything about Revenge of the Sith, from the opening battle, all of it, just all of it. So, okay, I won't continue to talk your ears off because I could. We're like Revenge of the Sith, I could talk about all night. But the main thing that Revenge of the Sith did for me too, aside of reigniting, like literally, I saw Revenge of the Sith, and like I still have a lot of Star Wars toys from when I was a kid, and probably when we get into the original trilogy, I'll show you some of that stuff. But when I originally got married and moved into my own house and everything, all that stuff kind of got banished to my attic, right? But when I saw Revenge of the Sith, I brought all that stuff back out, man. My whole room, I just loaded my room up. I was buying shelving and I was putting it, and then I mean, it led to a bad thing too. You know, I discovered eBay, and I was just starting to blow money on things I shouldn't have and things like that. But it led to a really nice, and it reinvigorated my love for Star Wars. And that's something that no matter what, and I will say this till the day I die, I don't care what Disney did, does, or will do in the future. They cannot destroy my love for the original trilogy or the sequel trilogy. That's why.
You mean the prequel?
Did I say the sequel again? God damn it. I keep saying that. I'm trying, I don't know. I'm trying to avoid that. So I think that's why it's in my brain. It's like, don't talk about the sequel trilogy. Because I listen, okay. As long as I mentioned it, right? Disney has done some shitty things, but they have done some okay things too. That's what I hate the worst about Disney, is that if I could just hate them, okay, if they just did complete and total garbage all the time, it would be so much easier to just disconnect myself. And I guess I should just put blinders on and not pay attention to it. But the first 2 seasons in The Mandalorian were freaking fantastic. They were fantastic. Rogue One was fantastic. Yeah. Let me even say, The Force Awakens, I thought, where everybody was kind of crapping on that, saying, oh, it's a rehashed A New Hope, which it is. And it hasn't held the test of time for me. Like, I can, like, if it comes on TV, I'll turn it. I won't watch it. But I did love it when it came out. And they did get me back into the theater, where I didn't even go to see the prequels in the theater. I saw The Force Awakens 3 or 4 times. Like the one time we went all out, we got like the theater where you could order food and put the seats back. Like we went all out and made it like a family thing. Yeah. So, and it reconnected me for a short period of time anyway with my kids. And it was like a really cool thing. We would sit down and enjoy The Mandalorian. And the thing everybody loves season 2 finale with Luke Skywalker, which I do too. I was a Luke Skywalker fan as a little kid. Boba Fett came much later, right? Developed an appreciation for the villains, okay? But my favorite part of The Mandalorian is in season 2, but it's the episode The Tragedy, where Boba Fett got his armor back and he wiped out all of those stormtroopers and stuff, right? That's one thing where I disagreed with Doomcock. I remember Doomcock was flipping his lid over that episode because, he just like rolled right through those stormtroopers and this and the other. Well, yeah, I mean, it's always been a meme, it's always been a joke that the stormtroopers can't hit anything. They can't. So why should they become like tactical experts at the time when my guy comes back? No, let them be dumb idiots who get wiped out by Boba Fett. I enjoyed that. But anyway, I didn't mean to be harping on this. I want to give you guys a fair shake at the prequels before I get too long-winded on the Disney stuff. But so, Brother John, okay, Raymond, since you're probably going to dip out early anyway, go ahead.
No. The only thing I found, I enjoyed Rogue One and watching that first, and then immediately I watched A New Hope, and I found I had a greater appreciation.
Now, the thing with Rogue One is, I'm wondering, okay, you guys are probably well aware there was an original cut of the movie that I don't know, was it KK or whatever didn't like.
Yeah.
And so they reshot everything, and we got
the trailers showed that there was a different type of storyline starting out. And when you watch the film, it's like that doesn't match up to the trailers. Those are different scenes being used.
Yeah. And the thing of it is there were cool scenes in that trailer. If you remember, like where Jyn Erso was on that bridge and that TIE fighter comes up face to face with her. I was dying to see what happened there, and we didn't get that. So here's what I'm saying. I wish they would put out the original cut of Rogue One so we could see that, because number one, if KK didn't like it, it was probably fantastic.
Yeah.
Right? And judging from what you see in that trailer, it looks fantastic. So I have a feeling it's even better than what we got. Even though I will say that the Rogue One we got is pretty stellar, I think. I do like Rogue One. I applaud them. That was good. Like Doomcock always says, without respect we reject, but with respect we accept. So, and I do accept Rogue One. But so anyway, Raymond, while you're gone, you got anything you want to say about the prequels? Anything you wrote about them? Or
you hate them? Yeah. No, and I'm going to be here for a while. I'll be here. I love talking about the Star Wars, but I saw them all three in the theater. I agree with you. Jake Lloyd was
wrong for the role. Yeah, he was wrong for the role.
He was wrong for the role. And then the creepiness of Jake Lloyd, of little Annie fawning over an older woman, who is an older woman. It was just a little creepy.
That was cool on his end, though. That was kind of creepy on her end when you think about it. But she was kind of a young cougar.
Yeah. But why did she? But she engaged. That's the.
She didn't want to. Though. She fought it. She fought it. If you recall, she tried to fight it.
But the action, and I wanted to stuff Jar Jar into that engine, just like everybody else. But and that pod race thing was.
They built that up, and I was expecting more. It was cool. But as a matter of fact, you know what I liked even more than the pod race? I actually liked in The Mandalorian, season 2 of The Mandalorian, where they kind of recreated some of that when he got the Naboo, the N1 Starfighter. Remember they upgraded it, and he drove through the pod race area and stuff like that. That was at Beggar's Canyon and stuff. That was kind of cool. I actually enjoyed that more than the legitimate. Although what I did like in the pod race though is there is kind of an Easter egg in that. If you guys watch. One scene where it's showing from up top of a cliff, that is Aura Singh, the bounty hunter, who was very popular in the expanded universe and everything. That's Aura Singh looking on, watching the pod race. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
There's in Phantom Menace, there were things that just went way too long in the action scenes, but I was underwhelmed, and my thought is, it's Due Machina. This little kid's going to be a god or the devil, but he's just like, eh. And I mean, you've got the Immaculate Conception.
Yeah.
The Immaculate Conception, and in which we later find out it was Palpatine. It was Palpatine manipulating the whole thing. Palpatine was his father, and it was just like, and you could really tell that in Revenge of the Sith. So it was. Phantom Menace was meh. But it was enough to bring me back into Star Wars. Attack of the Clones actually was really good, and being the toxic male Padme with the sliced Padme's outfits were
inspiring. I think is the word you're looking for.
Very inspiring. Yes.
Yeah. Do you know what though? But and this might show how creepy I am, because she wasn't much younger than me at the time. But in The Phantom Menace, one of the things, like I think I've discussed before, sometimes a woman, just the way she speaks can be really kind of sexy. And something about the way Natalie Portman spoke when she was Queen Amidala in The Phantom Menace. Something about that was really classy and really like I understood why Anakin fell for her. You know what I mean? I was like,
So, woman of authority.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But okay. And what about Revenge of the Sith, Raymond? What do you have anything to say about that?
Absolutely awesome. From start to finish, from the battle scene through them going into the robots or the droids, a battle carrier, springing the trap, rescuing Palpatine, and I love how, I gotta be careful because this is YouTube. I love how Anakin dispatched Duke.
That was another there's Darth Vader moment. Yes.
That was definitely a Darth Vader moment. Then everything about it I felt was well written, except for the fact Lucas still can't write a proper love scene. I mean, a lot of that was my only thing with that movie is the Anakin and Padme scenes were still a little.
Well, I'll tell you what, though. The thing of it is, though, is he can write a great Star Wars movie, though. So I'll take the cheesy love scenes over the great, you know what I'm saying.
Oh yeah. It didn't detract from my enjoyment of that totally. It was just, and then to see the step-by-step fall from grace that Anakin went from the
chosen one. He was the chosen one.
He dispatched Mace Windu.
You're forgetting midichlorians? No one's mentioned that yet.
Midichlorians.
Okay.
Yeah. The way he dispatched Mace Windu and just started the fall from grace from heroic Jedi to Darth Vader was just inspiring.
Dude, the scene after Anakin and Obi-Wan, who were brothers, right, fought on Mustafar.
Mm-hmm.
To this day, man, I tear up when Obi-Wan says to him, Anakin, I loved you. You were my brother. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, man.
But the one thing when Palpatine was talking to Anakin in the Opera House, I knew right there that to use a saying from Doomcock, you are the father. I mean, I knew right then and there Palpatine was, even though he didn't snoo with Anakin's mother, he manipulated the Immaculate Conception. I knew he was the father from the get-go on that. So,
well, he's the devil, that's for sure. He's just the embodiment of evil. And going back to I was like, who's this emperor? Darth Vader is like answering to a guy. Like, I was really disappointed because I thought Darth Vader was the guy. You know what I mean? And then I was like, and then I was like, because if you guys remember the original cut of Empire, it was like they superimposed like a woman's face with monkey eyes and things. And I'm like, what is this? But then we got Ian McDiarmid in Return of the Jedi, and I still wasn't happy that Darth Vader was kind of answering to someone. But the prequels really made that make sense for me. Like, the little kid in me wasn't as disappointed with the whole Palpatine thing anymore, because that's one thing that the prequels did. They really cleared that up for me. And I was like, yeah, he is answering to the devil. He's not answering to a guy. He's answering.
And you knew right away that, if you listened to the conversation, you knew, he's the father. And just everything was meant to be, from little boy to
Darth the wheels Vader. Were in motion, from the get-go, from the very beginning of the discovery. Once Qui-Gon Jinn brought him to the Jedi attention, and Chancellor Valorum, no, who was he? Chancellor, what the hell? I'm trying to. Valorum was Terrence Stamp. Oh, what the hell was his name? What was he before? Palpatine, Chancellor Palpatine.
Chancellor Palpatine.
Brain fart. Yeah. But as soon as he got wind of that, oh yeah, he was destined to replace Count Dooku. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So,
but I definitely that one tied everything together and made it. I still get shivers when I watch
same here. I just watched it like 2 weeks ago. One of the last times I was trying to make it, this Star Wars month or whatever. But I mean, to this day, I just like, it's an emotional roller coaster, that movie. You know what I mean? It really is. It takes you up, it brings you down. Holy crap. And it's basically like the empire of, you know, where usually, you know, Lucas did the dark movie in the middle, Empire, Temple of Doom, things like that. This one, the trilogy ended on a dark note, but an incredibly dark note, you know. And that's another thing too, is that's a very graphic movie for PG-13 even, I think. You know what I mean? Little kids seeing that sort of thing, him all burned up like that and stuff like that. That's like, you know, if you put in like if you superimpose like the Friday the 13th music or something over that end sequence, you know, Darth Vader all burned. I mean, that could be a friggin' horror movie, you know. That movie has kind of it all, you know.
Even that peeling that even them peeling the burnt skin off of him
that's quite an intense scene. So and
just
okay, so I want to move on
the temple and slaughtering just everyone in the Jedi temple. I mean, you don't see much, but just the suggestion is horrific enough.
That's what made that.
I mean, the younglings looking at him saying, "What are we gonna do?"
Yeah, the lightsaber. That's all you needed. That is all you needed to know, because you already know he previously killed not just the men, but the women and the children too. So you know those kids didn't have a chance. We didn't need to see it. We knew exactly what happened there. That was what was so cool. Yeah. Well, I shouldn't say cool. It's he murdered children, but it was, you know I'm going with it. But okay, so I want to move on to our Madman 4. But before I do, I wanted to hit. That's why I left this comment up for so long, because Donna had said, "I hope you got through." So we'll kind of bounce around. People are kind of talking about Disney stuff too in the chat, so we'll bounce around. Donna says, "I hope you got through Fett's show. I was so disappointed. Fett was so underused." Exactly. There are things. Okay, the Book of Boba Fett was bad. It was bad. But I've said it before and I'll say it again. I do not blame Tamora Morrison for that show. That was all on Disney's hands. And I also wonder, was Favreau was still involved in that? Yes. So I honestly believe, or some people, you know, I think Doomcock hit on this. Some YouTubers hit on it. There was speculation that like Favreau was all frustrated at that point and he was trying to, you know, scuttle the ship or whatever he was doing there. I think there were things at work there, because I have seen on many an occasion where Tamora Morrison has been rallying for either a season 2 of Book of Boba Fett or even a redo, like a whole redo of the Book of Boba Fett, because he was trying to tell them that Boba Fett should not speak this much, should not take the helmet off. Or Pedro Pascal that helmet off all the time, which still don't get this appeal of Pedro Pascal. I'm no beautiful mofo myself, but neither is that guy, with or without the mustache. I mean, he's even a bigger clown without that mustache, right? Whatever's going on there, like he has no lip when he's trying to hide. So he should be thankful that he has such a popular series where he could hide that ugly mug of his, right? He should be thankful for that. So Tamora Morrison, he respects the fans, and everything I ever saw, he's a cool dude. He's a cool dude, right? And so you can say, well, he worked for Disney. Well, you know what? I would work for Disney too. If I got offered a role, I'd hope for the best. I would hope, you know, it would be a good show or whatever. But he was not in creative control of the show. There are elements of it that I liked. There are some small elements of it that I liked. And I like him as Boba Fett. I always wanted him as Boba Fett. So hopefully down the road, I don't know, we'll either get a redo or a season 2 and they do it right. If not, let it alone, whatever. But I can watch the Book of Boba Fett. My biggest gripe with that whole thing, I can even tolerate the helmet off, him speaking. I even like, you know, Fennec Shand. That's another thing where people always say, us, you know, middle-aged white man, we just don't like strong women. I've never heard any guy that I've heard in our community on YouTube here trash Fennec Shand, the character of Fennec Shand. I have no problem with her, right? She's a strong female character. Now, the show kind of was hers. That's the only problem I have with that. We focus a little too much on her. Then, you know, Boba Fett, it was the Book of Boba Fett, not the Book of Fennec Shand. But like, you know, so put that in your pipe and smoke it, you Disney, you know, shills or whatever who say we just don't like strong female characters. We also like Jyn Erso, right? Right, Raymond? Right? We have no problem with Jyn Erso.
Yes.
And let's not forget, nobody, not a one of us, ever had a problem with Carrie Fisher as Princess Leia, who bitch slapped Han Solo every chance she got, okay? and nobody ever griped about that. So anyway, so there was another one too. Donna said Solo. Okay, Solo was better the second and third time around. Underrated, I think. I don't hate Solo. I don't love it. It could have been better.
I can give one good reason why I don't like that recreation of the Solo film. Because it is absolutely nothing like it was in the original canon. Absolutely nothing. And it's a good movie. I love the Kessel Run. The Kessel Run was a lot of fun, but it was not the original story, nor did I expect it to be the original story. So, that's the thing. But for Disney, and this is the Disney rant coming in, for Disney to totally erase the canon and recreate it in their own image was their first huge mistake before even concepting any movies. Okay, rant, soapbox off, rant done.
No. Hey, that's cool. Listen. So I'm a huge Star Wars fan. I know some things about the expanded universe and things like that. I don't know it all. So I'm not as emotionally attached. So I get it. I understand where you're coming from. I have no gripe with that. I mean, unfortunately, Disney did buy Star Wars, and they could do with it what they want. And unfortunately, they destroyed quite a bit of it. With Solo, my gripe is less about canon and things like that. My gripe is, and I might be a little biased. Okay, so I've spoke about my love of Jennifer Connelly, so I'm a little biased. But Paul Bettany as the villain, okay, Mr. Connelly. I didn't particularly care for him as the main villain. And I think it should have been like an alien or something. I think it would have been better. That's my biggest gripe. And I wasn't a huge Game of Thrones fan. So what's her face? I totally forget. Who was Kira in that? What is her name?
Well, she was the Khaleesi. I forgot her name.
Yeah, I totally forget it now too.
But she was the Khaleesi.
She was all right, I guess. Other than that, I mean, Donald Glover. Okay, I don't know much about Donald Glover, and I'm not going to speak on the pansexual stuff, whatever's going on there. I don't know. That's Disney being Disney. But as far as Donald Glover portraying Lando Calrissian,
he was good. He was really good.
I freaking love Billy D. Williams. Lando Calrissian is one of my favorite characters from the original trilogy. I don't think anybody could have played that better. Okay. He was only doing what Disney told him to do, but as far as portraying the character, I think he did a hell of a job.
Yeah.
And it's a shame that there couldn't have been a good Solo movie, or I mean, not Solo, Lando Calrissian series or movie. Amelia Clark, yes. Thank you, SP4H. Oh, and hail SP4H, by the way. Amelia Clark.
And Old Man Bird is here.
Old Man Bird is here.
Yes.
And FKH
Holy crap,
is
I'm
here.
missing people. See, once I start talking.
Jason Love.
Yeah.
See, now my mouth is acting up. Oh, yeah. Jason Love. Yeah. Yeah, I noticed Doomcock said that last night. I guess that's where I got that from. You can't say Jason Love without saying Jason Love.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, real quick. Raymond's mouse was acting up too.
See, there's something going on here, man. It's
well, I changed my battery and it seems to work okay. Thank goodness I have a touch screen.
See, I used to have both of those things, but then long story short, somebody bought this damn computer when I told them not to, and it's like a hunk of junk to begin with. And this is the second mouse I've had for it, but and I even just bought like a wire. I'm trying to scroll. Oh, there he is. Old Man Bird. They didn't show Yoda actually killing anyone, did they? In the it was a hell of a fight though. With you know what? That's another thing too. Before I totally forgot to mention that with Revenge of the Sith. I laugh every time to this day, where he's going to fight Palpatine, and he walks through the doorway, and the two royal guards are standing there, and he just, you know what I mean? Yeah, that was great. That battle's a little outlandish. Sometimes I think that went on way too long. But
I mean, they were trying to redo I thought they were trying to redo the Yoda versus Dooku fight,
well, they did take it up a notch though. Being in the Senate chamber there, jumping from pod to pod and things like that. That was kind of neat. That kind of took it up a notch. Yeah. But let's see. Jason Love said, "Mope chase while listening to Fine Young Cannibals, good thing." Fine Young Cannibals, holy crap!
Yeah, there's a blast from the long past.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Old Man Bird said he took few risks. I liked Fennec. She is hot. Yeah, man. Do you know what is she? She's like in her 60s. And she was originally the voice of Mulan, if I remember correctly. But man, she looks good for her age. That's for sure. Totally agree with you on Book of Boba Fett. Okay. Yeah, killing Cad Bane. Yeah, they shouldn't have killed him off. That's for sure. Killing Cad Bane, Black Chrysanthemum, the Hutts, riding a Rancor, the Sand People story. It had some good parts. I don't think they should have killed Cad Bane, though. They could have stroked that out. That would have been a reason for people to come back, because he was one of the highlights of the Book of Boba Fett. That would have brought people back, I think.
Well, he should have had his own movie, because that would have been in the same vein as the Clint Eastwood spaghetti westerns.
Yeah,
that's same vibe.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Most folks don't realize that Boba Fett is based off of Clint Eastwood, the Man with No Name or whatever. That's why he originally had that, just a cape over the one shoulder. He's a cowboy. If you listen to Empire Strikes Back, when he is walking, you can hear the sounds of spurs jangling. Because he's supposed to be a space cowboy, Boba Fett. Which is weird, because I was never like a big Western fan or anything, so I don't know why I've gravitated in my old age to Boba Fett. But yeah.
So and he was a space cowboy, but was he the pompatus of love?
He sure was. He still is, John. He still is.
Steve Miller joke.
But yeah, Black Chrysanthemum too. I really liked him in that, because I don't know. So he's out of the expanded universe too, if I remember correctly too. So Disney didn't invent that character, but they did a pretty good job with it, I thought, in the Book of Boba Fett. The thing I hated the most about the Book of Boba Fett was pretty much what everybody doesn't like. Those scooters with all the mirrors and I don't know. I think they were trying to do, because here's the thing, if you haven't noticed, Disney is just trying to eliminate everything George Lucas, right? So I think the Book of Boba Fett they were hoping to get a spin-off with that little gang. Like, everybody was going to be like, all them Reylos and stuff were going to fall in love with that biker gang. And they were just going to go, screw Boba Fett, we'll do this. This is what the fans want, these scooters and stuff. And it didn't work out for them. So, and I'm glad.
You know where that came from? Quadrophenia by the Who. If you've ever seen the Who's movie, of Quadrophenia, all kinds of bikes like that in there, and that was part of the story. That's, I think, where that came from.
Well, there you go. That's the problem. That's too Earth-like. You know what I mean? That's too Earth-like.
Yeah.
Like, when people customize, like, Star Wars is the lived-in universe. Everything's dirty and grimy and stuff like that. And then there you had those. I don't know. I mean, I guess people customize stuff like that too, in the galaxy far, far away. But I don't know. That wasn't my cup of tea.
Yeah.
But that's another. Like, I'm trying to explain it. I'm trying to get someone close to me now to watch. They're like hell bent on not watching like the Clone Wars and stuff. And there's so much stuff in the Clone Wars that is canon and things like. For example, if that's Cad Bane gave Boba Fett the dent in his helmet. Right? Things like that. I was just trying to explain to this person, General Grievous, okay?
Yeah.
Because this person was saying to me, where did he even come from? Well, you got to watch the Clone Wars. It even tells you find out why he coughs and things like that in the Clone Wars. Like, I get it's a cartoon. Some people, I'm not a huge cartoon fan, especially in my old age, but the Clone Wars, even Rebels, as far as Disney goes, Rebels was decent to a point. They're worth a watch. One watch, at least. So in a Bad Batch, even. Listen, I actually even enjoyed. There are a lot of things I love about the Bad Batch. So I don't totally hate everything Disney, for sure.
Yeah.
A lot of it. As I've spoken one of these days, you know what we're going to do? Maybe even that'll be the 5th live stream of the month. It's getting close. Well, yeah. We're about 9 years removed from The Last Jedi, right? Maybe one of these live streams, we're just going to shit all over that thing all over again. Let's just go right back to like 2017 and let's just talk about our, because you know what? That's something. Yeah, I think I actually want to do that. Like, I hate to put this on you. I hate to put this on you, gentlemen. But maybe we'll even watch that thing again and give our take on it now, 9 years later. Right? Because you know what I did? You know what I did? No, it's been a couple of years, but I actually sat down because I do actually have the Blu-ray. I'm a completist where, you know, I found it cheap and I watch it. But you know, one of my biggest gripes with that, the Blu-ray, is, you know how when the director sits down and discusses like deleted scenes and stuff like that, and they're always like, well, it was for the sake of time or continuity, it didn't contribute to the story, so we took it. Not this guy. Rian Johnson sat there. He was just like, oh, this was so great, I don't know why I cut it out. Oh, this should have been left in. And you know that boring ass, like what the hell was it? I can't even remember.
Was it the stupid horse race?
That White scene. You remember the Casino Planet or whatever it was?
Yeah. With the stupid horse race.
Yeah, I swear that scene is like 2 hours long in itself. You know what? That was like twice as long. Like that boring ass scene was like, yeah. Maybe that's one thing we'll do in the future, man. Just look back almost 10 years later. We'll look back and take a look at the movie that just crushed everybody, right?
Yeah.
I still remember walking out of the theater like it was yesterday. So I can talk about that for sure. And that one there, don't have kids present for that one, because there will be cursing and carrying on like you've never heard, except unless it was one of Doomcock videos or something like that.
Yeah, and that kind of thing can be a lot of fun. If you remember way back, around 89, there was a movie called Backdraft.
Oh yeah,
later than that, but in the early 90s. And of course, I was, just really in the midst of my career as a volunteer firefighter. I think it was in 4 companies at the same time by that time. And we tore that movie apart from scene 1. All the safety violations, all the procedural violations, all the stuff that's nonsense. And I hate to admit it, but the one really good scene in that is Donald Sutherland and Robert De Niro.
Oh,
and, the parole hearing. Oh, my God. That was great. One of the few things De Niro did where he wasn't channeling the same character every movie.
So the tough guy he thinks he is in real life, but he isn't.
Yeah.
What's this? Wendy was saying Empire C-3PO commented on the Falcon Strange language. I did like how they explained the Falcon Strange language in Solo. Yeah, that was the only good thing about that.
During the Kessel Run.
Yeah, that stupid droid. That is the worst thing. I can even live with Paul Bettany. If we could take, Phoebe Waller-Bridge out of there. Because it wasn't even so much the droid. Like, I could probably even stomach that droid. It's the way she delivered the lines and stuff like that. It was 100% on her.
Was that Phoebe that was voicing
Phoebe Waller-Bridge? Yeah, she actually played. She wore the suit and all too.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, Andy's here.
Hey, Andy.
Brother Andy's brother. Andy I'm attempting to scroll, Andy. I was just saying, FKHC 2005. Yes, he is here too. I'm having issues with my mic tonight. Probably, or not my mic. Yeah, probably that too. I'm probably cutting out as well. But now you can compound that with my mouse. It seems to be going around. So Raymond was having mouse issues. Doomcock was having mouse issues. So you can chalk me up on that list too. But I'm scrolling down and hail, brother FKHC. Yes, there he is. Brother Andy. Brother Andy says, looking at Rian Johnson's head, I think he may be an albino Somalian. I don't know.
Andy, I love your one-liners every Wednesday. Look forward to them.
Yeah, but if it's the Somalis, though, you ever notice how the eyes and the face is inset so far? It's like the head's huge, but the face is tiny. That's one thing you got to give Ryan. At least his face is proportionate to the size of the head. You know what I mean? His face fills out the head quite well, where Somalis it's all kind of sunken in and everything. But
weird.
So
let's see.
What about you, our man? What do you think?
Yes. Oh, sorry, I got sidetracked. Our Madman, Discuss the prequels if you would, please.
Okay, here we go. Slight little backstory, okay? because I'm obviously a little bit younger here. But I was brought into Star Wars when like say around 9-10 years old. My mom did a great thing. She took me to the library when I was a kid and read a lot of books like Calvin and Hobbes, Hardy Boys, stuff like that. Really got into reading. And then, going to the VHS cassette tape area, ended up picking up Star Wars. Now, I watched like Empire when I was like a lot younger. I didn't get it though. It wasn't something that connected, but picked up Star Wars, not A New Hope, Star Wars. And the original, they had the original. This was a time where like the original stuff wasn't removed from shelves yet. Watched the original theatrical version, and was blown away as a kid. I was probably like I said, around 10 years old. And Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, and I couldn't get enough of watching and rewatching these things. And you had the special editions come out. I got me some of that. And as a kid, early preteen, early teens into teens, it was fun. And then I started getting invested in the books. I'm like, oh, there's books. I'm reading a lot more. No.
Wait, hold on. Yeah. Kathleen Kennedy said there are no books or comics. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I gotta say,
sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. But.
Okay. And so, like, favorite book, one of my favorite books out of the original canon. These are called legends now. For me, they're just canon. Courtship of Princess Leia. Nice. That's one of my favorite stories. That is when Han Solo and Leia get married, and this explains. And this is one reason why I might diverge. Just saying. The Witches of Dathomir. Even for the Clone Wars, like the Clone War area of what was canon back in 2000s, I didn't like it because they totally do the Witches of Dathomir so wrong. And to say that Darth Maul was part of the Witches of Dathomir, that's not how it was in this book. That's not how they were set up. So that for me that was kind of disappointing. But yeah, I mean, Timothy Zahn, his trilogy, which is the sequel trilogy, that is the definite sequel trilogy, and others like the prequels, like I said with lightsaber, like Han Solo. There's a Han Solo trilogy. Really good books. And then like one of my, I think it's like second or third favorite, Shadows of the Empire. This was a video game, but it's also a really good book. So anyway, was raised on the stuff. I know a lot of the canon when it comes to the books. The X-Wing series is also excellent round of books. And I just ingested this stuff. So when it was announced in the late 90s, and at that time I was late teens, that Lucas was decided to make a prequel trilogy, of course, I was over the moon. It's like, so I get to experience something that people experienced back in 77? Yes, sign me up. I was there at the theater waiting in line to get the pre-tickets, tickets months before the actual movie show up, because I was going to be there that midnight tonight. Even my, like I said, it was like kind of like late teens. I was going to be there. And so along with me and my brother, we waited in line for hours in the morning. We were homeschooled, so that was convenient at that time. And Dad dropped us off. We had like chairs, and we were like the first like 30 or 50. This was when the hype was big. I mean, people lined up, and the theaters were packed that opening night. And the first exposure, just as a kid, was like, it was so fun. It was so fun just to see how the digital and visual technology had advanced from the first trilogy. And so that was a bit overwhelming for me. And for all of the prequels, I was there midnight, opening night for all of them. Cool. It was something that I thoroughly enjoyed. I got one, like, it's when VHS was still the thing back then. I got like episode 1 VHS with like one of the like film cut things. and it's like stored away somewhere. I didn't have time to get out tonight, but and I have like wore out not just that VHS tape, but also like the special edition of VHS tapes of New Hope, Empire, Return of the Jedi, just all the time. So before, like, say, Lord of the Rings, when Lord of the Rings came out a few years later after 1999, that's when I really fell into. I'm like, and then I realized, okay, this is what I want to do the rest of my life. So whenever you have a Lord of the Rings stream, count me in. I went in that because
that was almost never possible, by the way. But however, I did just watch them for the first time, believe it or not, last year. No. So that is maybe something I can do now.
So So with that, like, you know, late teens, early 20s, got to see this. And then, you know, internet wasn't as big back then, but the stuff started filtering where you start hearing some of the negative things on it from different perspectives of people. And also being a little bit of a creator and storyteller myself now, I still appreciate them, but I also sometimes judge a film as like how rewatchable it is. Is it a film that when you first see it, you're just like, oh, I got to see that again and again and again and again. For me, the prequels are not as much as what the original trilogy was, and of course the sequels are like,
forget about it.
No, another story.
Forgotten.
Another story.
Yeah.
I think initially one thing I was very disappointed in on Revenge of the Sith, though, is that they did not include Boba Fett, and I remember that specifically because it was kind of hinted, because there were like pre-drawings, because like I said, I was like, you know, very engaged in looking into this, like, okay, what's gonna happen with this. And I saw like a photo. I don't know if it's like a sketch photo or something. It's like digitized of like Boba Fett in Jedi Temple fighting a Jedi. I'm just like, oh, please, yes, if this is in Revenge of the Sith, that would be so awesome. Didn't happen, unfortunately. So
wait, you know what though? Real quick though,
mm-hmm.
Revenge of the, look at it this way though. Revenge of the Sith is so badass the way it is.
Oh yeah.
We couldn't have handled it if Boba Fett was in. It would have been just off the charts badass. So just saying, you know.
Yeah.
He would have stole the show. Just saying.
Sure. Yeah. And
wasn't he still a kid at that time?
You know, but a young Boba Fett, just a Boba Fett that's just learning, because obviously he's got a thing for when he gets revenge against Mace Windu for killing his dad. So that could have played a part into like he's just you know, wanting revenge. So there could have been something of him for Palpatine to manipulate a little bit. If Palpatine was knowledgeable, that probably was. Palpatine was knowledgeable about everything. He had his webs into everybody. Yeah. Oh, and overall, I still appreciate the nostalgia back in the time when I was young, but I do understand as well, considering that I've trying to create my own stories as well, and I don't think I'm anywhere close to a lot of the creators out there, but there are ways in which I think the whole storyline could have been better. Personally, I wish George Lucas would have done what he done like for Empire Strikes Back. Allow a good storyteller to get in there. You know, he can produce it. You know, he can imagine everything, but get a good storyteller in there to really develop the character of Anakin, to really cast well, to really get unlocking. Because I mean, in this trilogy, you're literally watching just a train crash. That's what you're there for. So you want a lot of emotional buildup. And when it comes to book reading, I read the Phantom Menace novel. I don't know if anybody else has, but there was a Phantom Menace novel. I'm just like, okay, I'm going to read this. And there's some specific stories within that book, scenes within that book that aren't in the film, especially one that was early on before Anakin even meets the Jedi. There's some scenes even before, like you'd see him in the film, and one is that he is out. He's out in the desert for some reason. I forget the reason, but there's this moment to where he sees an injured Tusken Raider, and he knows they're dangerous. I mean, everybody knows they're dangerous. You stay away from them. And there is this moment, and I wish it could have been in the film because it really developed his character, and it showed him touching darkness. His fear was touching darkness, and he didn't even know what it meant because he didn't know the Force at that time. And he saved this Tusken Raider's life, actually. And but he was like sitting across from this Tusken Raider, and he was having this conflict within him, and he was kind of being almost overwhelmed by the powers of the good and dark side of the Force without even realizing that was happening. And next thing he knows, Tusken Raiders are rescuing this injured Raider, and they just let Anakin go.
Yeah.
Which, what we know from Attack of the Clones, it would have been so monumental for what happens to his mother and how he ends up taking revenge on them in Attack of the Clones. It would have been a good scene to include in Episode 1. Unfortunately, not so much. So I think Anakin's character could have been built up more in that aspect. But overall, it's something that like my son, he's 7, and the only film I've shown him so far is first Star Wars, A New Hope, and that's just the whatever edition that's on streaming. When they release the original theatrical version, and I think it's like in a year or two, I'm taking him, because by the time he's going to be 8, 9 years old, and he'll be ready. He'll be ready to see what I first experienced as a young man. So so eventually, going to take this ride with my son, and it's
cool.
It's going to be great seeing it with him. Yeah,
very cool.
So
great.
Overall, I mean, gripes aside, I agree with you, Fett, that there's nothing anybody can do or say that's going to take away what I appreciate about the canon. They can remove the canon. It's like, well, I still got the books. It's still there. It's still something I can talk about.
That includes you, Mark Hamill. Anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, I always appreciate the nostalgia of the things, and retrospect, prequels a zillion times better than what Disney has pumped out. So I'll always keep that nostalgia factor with it.
Yeah.
So
very cool. Well said too, by the way. Great take on all of it. Before we get to John, so you actually inspired a couple things. Some things I forgot to mention about the prequels. Number one, everybody kind of craps on the special editions of the original trilogy. But one thing that was a vast improvement, if you all remember, originally Yoda in The Phantom Menace was a puppet.
Mm-hmm.
And as much as practical effects are usually better, that really wasn't. That Yoda was... it just didn't cut it. So the fact that they replaced him with a CGI Yoda, I think, was a vast improvement. So that's one thing where I'm kind of glad George did that. And also, the thing of it is Jar Jar Binks was annoying, but I'm seeing several comments here in the chat. That's why I left a couple of them up. That brings me to the thing of it is you have to look at it this way. As annoying as Jar Jar Binks is, if we didn't have that character and the Gungans, for that matter, we wouldn't have had the great, and I'm not going to say MSN, we wouldn't have had the great Brian Blessed as
Boss Nass.
Yes.
Yeah.
Boss Nass.
So I will deal with Jar Jar Binks all day long to have 10 seconds of Brian Blessed be a part of Star Wars.
Yep.
So there. But,
Yeah.
And another thing too. Well, I'll save this till after John gives his take. But you also inspired me to ask another question. But first, John. Brother John. So we've talked about discussing Star Wars for the longest time. So here you go, brother. The floor is yours. Prequels. What you got?
Prequels. All right. You've seen my comment about on your one video about Anakin Skywalker and Jake Lloyd and all this. And I reiterate, Anakin was poorly cast. You're right about that, definitely. I feel bad for Jake Lloyd with everything he went through afterwards. You know, he had a bad time. But the character was annoying, whiny, and just plain, yeah. And then, second movie, he's even more annoying and whiny. You know, I love you, I've got sand in my shorts. What? You know.
Well, John, it gets everywhere. Of course, it's
yeah.
going to be as well. I mean,
well, anyway, it's like the sawdust here in the shop, but at least it's not in my shorts, as far as I know. But Padme turned out to be a cougar because Annie is how much younger than her? 20 years? 18, 15 years?
Well, Anakin was what? Was he 8 or 9 or something? And she was like 15.
Yeah, 9, and she what? She was like 18 15, or something, if I remember right.
I think she was like 15 in The Phantom Menace.
Yeah.
She was something, but she's significantly older. And, you know, dragging him into her life, you know, doing that thing that women do that makes men crazy. And of course, you know, his whole whiny self during that movie, I couldn't stand. The third one was an improvement, but still, you went down that road of whininess. It was still there.
Well, let me just cut you off real quick, because I got to throw in my 2 cents right there. Because the thing of it is, because I think I even did a video on this long ago. The thing of it is, though, everybody harps on the whininess of Anakin, but nobody ever really seems to remember, you know, like, but I was going to Tossie Station to pick up power converters with my friend. You know what I mean? You know? So I mean, it's like father like son. So if you're gonna complain about Anakin being whiny, I mean, it was passed on. You know, the apple didn't fall far from the tree. I mean, he was only, you know. So let's kind of poop on Luke Skywalker then too. Just saying, just throwing that out there.
Yeah.
Anyway,
well, the thing with Luke, and this was in one of your clips the other night, the scene with the double sunset. Luke was very introspective, especially in that one, and that's my favorite movie scene of all time because it mirrored so much of what I was thinking in my teens. And you know, he was a little bit whiny, I'll give you that. But he was a lot more introspective, I think. So
fair enough.
That's my take on Jake. As far as the first movie itself went, you know, the immaculate contraption of you know, as Raymond says, and it makes sense, Palpatine being the father. Okay, so Palpatine comes along, puts her in a trance, does the deed, brings her out of the trance as he leaves, and now she doesn't know who the father is, or if there was one. She doesn't remember a thing. So, all right, I'll give you that. It was neat to see C-3PO in his early stage.
Mm-hmm.
Jar Jar Binks.
Stop him in an engine.
I'm wondering, the one guy had a video out, I don't remember who it was, but he said Jar Jar Binks was secretly a Sith Lord. And it does kind of make sense the way he explained it. You know, and you had that whole backlash of, you know, the R word and, you know, yeah, he's an artist character and all this. And I thought that was insane. He was a bad character, a stupid, silly, ridiculous character, but you know, I didn't see the reference they're going for there. You had, of course, Brian Blessed. He's great in everything. You know, whether it's I, Claudius or Shakespeare movies, just everything he's done, you know. What was the one we were just discussing? where he was Hawkman. Flash Gordon. Gordon lives. I mean, this is a guy who,
alive.
yeah, you know, even when he goes over the top, he's just great, you know. But that's who he is in real life. This is a guy who's climbed Mount Everest at least twice and grew up among, you know, animals, you know, big cats and all this, adventure all his life. So he was great. There were a lot of good things about the trilogies. I wish they had done some things differently. That pod racing thing was too much.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was kind of overdone version of the chariot race from Ben-Hur, you know. And I didn't like the two-headed announcer in that. That was a little silly.
That was whimsy.
Yeah.
I thought it was kind of neat.
Yeah. But Padme as a character in that, she was, there was something hot about her, you know. But then the two later,
well, I mean,
yeah, well, she was easy on the eyes back then, you know. But and she had a good voice, you know. But no, I mean there were some really good things. Ian McDiarmid, I couldn't see anybody else playing that role.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Not my favorite character in the world, but he's got a lot of the same lines. And you know, it just the prequels were a lot better than anything Disney did, and it did open up some explanation for going into A New Hope. So that's my take on it. Oh yes, and there was one other thing I'd forgotten. Before the prequels came out, I always wondered why there were no fish or oceans in the Star Wars trilogy. And what shows up? Fish in that one scene underwater.
Mm-hmm.
Always a bigger fish.
I think that was what, on Naboo?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, where they go in the water?
The Gungans,
so it's
Gungan
like,
City.
Gungan City.
Wow, we've got fish now. So there's that. And the one battle in the field where, you know, it's a bright green field on a nice sunny day. That seemed a little too bright and sunny to me. Almost kind of pasteled. But, you know, all in all, I'd watch them over anything KK has done.
And there you go.
Yep. Can I mention something about pod racing real quick?
Sure.
So that's another thing I was very enthusiastic about was the pod racing video game. Like I was on Anakin's pod and I maxed out that speed to like where it didn't go any higher. It was like no, and that was still going, and then I just incinerated myself. It was amazing. Yeah, I played the I can say this. I played the shit out of that game. It just was.
Yeah.
And there you go. I think that's what was behind the pod race, was because video games were really, really popular in the late 90s, and that was probably to sell video games, the pod race.
Mm-hmm.
So understandable, the length and everything. Just want to point out real quick, Anakin Masterson said, no, Anakin was the result of the Force reacting to Plagueis trying to create life.
No,
there are many theories.
I respectfully disagree.
That leads me to this question. What do you guys think? Some folks hate the midichlorian. What do you guys think?
Oh, yeah.
Midichlorians.
The Deus Ex Machina.
Yeah.
You took a religious spiritual thing and turned it into the Borg. You turned it into the Borg nanoprobes.
Yeah.
No.
That's like taking the blood of Christ into MIT for a DNA analysis.
Exactly.
What's the point?
I liked Obi-Wan's original explanation. It's an energy field created by all living beings. It penetrates us, surrounds us, it binds the galaxy together. That's all.
Right.
Yeah.
And they make it into they make them into nanoprobes.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Jason Love had said, Anakin Masterson for the win. We're gonna have to start calling him Anakin now. Anakin Masterson, because Andy said Qui-Gon rocks. I agree with that. I would like to have seen more.
Liam Neeson.
More, yes, he was very good.
He was horribly underused. I mean, and I hated the way he got. I hated the way he got.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think Lucas kind of boxed himself in by trying to fit too much in the 3 movies. Unfortunately,
yeah.
So,
but the way they killed Qui-Gon so quickly, it's just.
Well, here's my thing on that. I mean, yeah, he kind of tricked them, but look at Boba Fett. All right, if we're going to talk about a lame death, that's one thing where I do like that Disney brought him back in Canada. It's official. He survived the Sarlacc pit. So when you're talking lame deaths, I mean, it's hard to top the death of Boba Fett. One of the most beloved characters in Star Wars. What George was thinking by launching him and then having a belch afterwards too. I mean, it wasn't bad enough that he went in, but he burps after Boba Fett's out.
In the like the original canon, he does survive as well. He does get out of it in the original canon book lore too.
Okay, so see, everybody but George apparently knew that was the wrong thing to do to kill off Boba Fett like that. So, all right, Old Man Bird says pod racing to sell video games and toys. Yes. And what is this? And coming up in first is Sebulba. Yeah,
Sebulba.
Yeah.
He always wins
because he cheats.
Yes.
Qui-Gon was what the Jedi should have been. Yes, agreed.
Mm-hmm. So Sebulba is just so much fun to say.
Sebulba. I didn't bring it down. I actually have a boxed Sebulba pod racer.
Really?
Toy. Yeah, it's up. I didn't bring down my box stuff. I don't want to bore you guys with a bunch of stuff. I just have a few items here I wanted to show, but because I didn't think, I really didn't think. I thought there was going to be a lot of people kind of crapping, especially in the chat all over the prequels. But it seemed like people are digging the prequels.
We've had a sequel inoculation. I think
I was just going to say, I think Disney's largely responsible for. Although in my case, though, like I said, 2005, when I first saw Revenge of the Sith, it totally made me go back, rewatch the first 2, developed an appreciation, and shortly thereafter a love for the prequels. So I was way before it didn't take Disney to destroy everything for me to get to love the prequels. An Old Man Bird. Yeah, John, that's right. Yeah. Admiral Akbar was Mon Calamari. That's right. Yeah.
Yep.
Mon Calamari.
That's a trap.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Was a fish, essentially.
Yeah,
I kind of froze.
Happened for a second, but you're fine.
Okay,
you'll be okay.
All right, let's check on. So as Wendy's throwing out her 2 cents here, she says, "My 2 cents, fandom." I almost said Phantom Menace. I'm so used to saying Phantom Menace now. Phantom Menace, I tolerated because the characters needed to be set up. Attack of the Clones, and he needed a Jedi spanking. True, you're not wrong. Revenge of the Sith made me love Return of the Jedi. Revenge of the Sith made me love all things Star Wars again in 2005. So that's why I love it.
Cool.
Andy says midichlorians don't exist, and he is Anakin Masterson, so he would know. Mm-hmm. He's the chosen one. Anakin Masterson. Let's see that's what happens when no one tells George no. True. Everyone has always said that. He needs little George needed a supervision for sure.
Yeah. Somebody should have told him no one can't when he sold Star Wars.
Uh-huh.
And why was he picking the coffee girl to run
somebody?
I remember somebody really big in our community got really mad at me on Facebook for saying this, but my stance still hasn't changed on that. I still wonder if in the back of George's mind he knew Disney was gonna do something, maybe not to this extent, but this was a little a revenge on George's part for all the grief he got for Jar Jar Binks in the prequels. He was like, okay, you want to see what Star Wars getting ruined looks like? I'm going to sell it to Disney.
Yeah,
it's plausible because Disney was already showing signs of that, and well within the film community, Everybody knows everybody within there, so when things are about to backslide, it's highly possible. And I mean, Abrams was the one who started helming that, and I'm sure he knew enough of J.J. Abrams to see what he was doing with Star Trek. That he's just like, okay, everybody's liking him now, but I'll throw this dice and see where it leads. Now we got a couple of good ones from Disney, no denying that. Rogue One is awesome, but I won't confirm for sure, but it is a plausible theory.
Well, because the thing of it is too is like it wasn't just like overnight. George was like, I'll just sell it to Disney. I'll throw it out of the dartboard. Oh, Disney, okay. There's been a Star Wars Disney collection for many, many years because there's been like Disney Star Tours, and I have potato heads. I have a pretty big Star Wars potato head collection, right? And some of them say Star Tours right on the box. They were only available at Disney or something, or Disney exclusive or something like that. So I think he was
I'll be right back, guys.
All right.
He's calling.
Okay. The master calls. Do it. SP48 said Qui-Gon had to go through. Otherwise, you're likely not going to get Vader. Yeah, that's what I said. You know, too much to do in three movies. That was the problem.
Yeah.
Let's see. Sebulba. When the wall fell. So nobody read Darth Plagueis. No, that's, here's the thing. Okay. Again, back to the reading. I am so envious of all you folks who read books and everything. I don't know if it's my brain damage or what, but I just can't, like, I read and I just like read it to say I read it. I don't take it in like y'all do. I'm more of a visual, Fortunately, maybe that's why I'm kind of so good at the graphics and things like in that nature that I do, but I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't matter what it is too. I have books. I have a Dave Mustaine book. To this day, I've never got past the first chapter. I friggin' love Dave Mustaine, but I don't know. I can't sit down and enjoy a book for some reason. Carla says, you're so funny, Fett. I know, but Carla, looks aren't everything.
Well, that's the thing. One of the books that I have is back in when Star Wars was released for the first time in theaters, somebody did a novelization of it. And it's the one with the purple Darth Vader on the cover and Luke and Leia. And I think R2 and C-3PO are there in the lower corner. And I think I still have that out in the shed in a box. But that was one of the first actual books that I ever read through. And
I do have I remember
that out.
When I was a kid, they had a thing called Riff. I don't know if kids still do that in school or what. Reading is fundamental, I think it was called. And because you got out of class, you get to go in a big room and they had just tables full of books. And almost never had anything that interested me. But to this day, I still have it upstairs. I grabbed a book called Han Solo at Star's End. I do remember reading that, and I did love that. And I still have that to this day. So I did. SP48 says George had 4 billion reasons not to care. Well, I think at that point George didn't care anymore. I think he was kind of done, and the 4 billion was just the icing, the very very rich icing on top of that cake. So.
But he could have sold. He could have sold to Warner Brothers and Paramount. And
that I'm saying, I think it was revenge on the part of George. I really, even if it wasn't first and like maybe in the back of his mind, he hoped they would. Because he did offer, from what I understand, he had treatments for episodes 7, 8, and 9, and they just, he offered it to them, and they just didn't use it. So I think maybe he was hoping they'd do the right thing, but in the back of his mind, at least if it wasn't totally planned out initially, when it did bomb, listen, George is a human being like all of us. He had to take a little bit of satisfaction in the fact that Disney was like so hated, thinking at least, thank God it's not me for once, So. Okay, that's another. What did I want to? So another thing. What the hell happened here? I lost my chat backstage.
Whoops.
Am I still here?
What? Yeah, you're still here.
It never happened before. It's
the chat. You click something and the chat went away.
Yeah, my chat is gone.
There
it is. It's back now.
Yeah, on screen, but I don't have it backstage anymore. It's buffering, so hopefully I don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Because I did want to point something out. There were always those speculations and pictures of Jar Jar Binks as Darth Jar Jar. There was always speculation.
Yeah.
A lot of fan theories on that.
One thing that I don't have in my collection, in my vast Star Wars toy collection, is they did do a Jar Jar frozen in carbonite. I remember, and I really I didn't. But with that, I'm getting really scared because I have no chat. So sorry, I can't pop anyone up at the moment.
Well, can I say real quick hi to Comic Relief Crusader, because he was saying, hey, there was there's someone I know in the chat. Comic Relief helped me with some stuff like a year or so ago. Some
very cool guy.
Yeah.
Mike's a nice guy.
Oh, I believe it. Yeah, he's a cool dude. So I would bring him up, but unfortunately I can't do that right now. I'll tell you what, I'm going to pop that chat out and try to bring it back up. Let's see.
It's popping up right now. So I don't
Sandra sighting.
Maybe your mouse is like going zombie on you.
No, I don't think it's my mouse this time. So now I don't even have the button to bring it up. So this is a whole new thing. This is a whole new
world. That's where we'll be.
Be right back.
Gosh darn it. I see I'm trying not to curse. All right, I'm still buffering back here. Hopefully it pops back up, but at the moment I can't bring anyone up on screen or take Jason Love off the screen. So we'll just have to deal with that for the moment, I suppose. I made some notes here. Now I can't even remember order. Oh, okay. That's what I wanted to ask. I'm like, I wrote down order question mark. And I'm like, order 66. What did I write that down? I remember.
6.
Yes. Our Madman 4 while you were talking. Yes. She sparked me. So I want to ask you guys. So we have episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. But we saw them 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. So my question is if you like our Madman, you said you're going to introduce your son to the movies eventually in full. Raymond, maybe some grandchildren or something like that. If you were going to sit down tomorrow with someone who has never seen Star Wars before, what order would you play them in? Would you start the way we saw them, original trilogy, then prequel, or would you go in numerical order? That is my question. Our Madman 4 looks like you're just dying to say something, so you go first.
No, it's fine. I was actually giving a thumbs up to Raymond there for a second, because we're like kind of conversing backstage. But no, I'll say, actually, I had this experience with my wife, at the time, my girlfriend. She was born in Honduras, Central South American heritage. And raised in a household where she really never saw Star Wars. So I had this opportunity while dating her, was going through at the time. Well, no, we had the sequels then, but just going through original trilogy. I'm just like, all you need to watch is original trilogy to really get a good understanding of everything. Because she's like, well, shouldn't we start with episode 1? I'm like, no. You're about to marry a major Star Wars nerd. That's not how you start it. So we started watching Star Wars, and I'll finish this because I don't want to go too long in it. But Empire Strikes Back, we're getting to that moment, and you know what moment I'm talking about.
Yes,
you know what moment I'm talking about. And she's watching, she's seeing this scene build up. They're in Cloud City, and I stopped watching the screen and then watched my wife, because now I'm about to see what everyone else was expressing the first time seeing that film in the theater way back when. No, I am your father. And the expression that my wife gave was so unbelievably priceless. I will remember that till the day I die.
That's awesome.
Very cool. All right, Raymond, what order? What order are you playing them for someone?
I'm gonna go same thing, original trilogy, and then the
prequels.
Prequels. No, I get that. I get that. No, but it's been part of me wanted to go with the entire history from the beginning to the end, but then
okay, Sandra just sparked another question. So hold on. I'm gonna come back to everyone. Let's go to John, and then I'm gonna come around again. John, what order?
Yes.
What order?
The movies.
Yes.
Well, I mean, I'm with them. The original trilogy, then the prequels, then the first of the sequels wasn't horrible, but it wasn't up to par with the others. So, yeah, that's about it.
Okay, so we're pretty much, it's unanimous then, because yeah, exactly what our man 4 said. I mean, you ruin the entire thing. That moment of Darth Vader revealing to Luke Skywalker's lost connection. Am I here?
You're still
yes.
Good.
You're here.
All right.
Just for a second.
Damn it! We
understood what you're saying.
I still have no chat backstage here, so.
Anyway,
so okay, it's unanimous. 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and I also want to say I did see Rob Wright is here, brother Rob, and brother Rob says, I can see it on. No, it jumped over there. So on YouTube, he says 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 6. Wait. Machete order. Okay, so that's my next question. That's my next question. Technically, Rogue One, though it is Disney era, is still within the original / prequel trilogy timeline. So do you incorporate Rogue One?
Yeah.
Watch the original trilogy once, then watch it again, starting with Rogue One.
I can see that. But Rogue One has to be seen with episode 4. I mean, that's the best way to appreciate it.
It goes right into episode 4. Yep. So, okay. But I'm also totally not against, just like, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, and then maybe 4, Rogue One.
Mm-hmm.
But okay. So again, I still have no damn this is like starting to be frustrating now, because I want to show some stuff and I can't take Jason Love down and I can't bring anyone new up. And I don't know what to do. Hold on a second. Give me 1 second. I'm going to go out and pop back in. Give me a second.
Yeah.
Sure. No worries.
It's ours now.
We've taken over. Oh, no. Okay. Shh.
Uh-oh.
Everybody be nice now.
I heard that. I heard that.
No, you didn't, and neither did I.
I see Carl is still. I can see the chat on YouTube. I know Carl is my head wrench is still here. I can have General Carl bounce you out of here. Just keep that in mind. So, okay, I guess. All right, I'm going to take a glance at the chat on YouTube. So let's see. Unfortunately, I can't bring, and it is jumping. Unfortunately, I can't bring. Damn it! I just saw Donna posted in order, and I want to read it, but I can't. Now I can't scroll up the chat on YouTube even.
Oh boy.
See, I told you. Well, I told you the Star Wars thing is cursed for some reason, but at least we got this far. I saw where now I'm way up too far. Oh, I see Old Man Bird. Yeah, nobody mentioned Poodoo. Old Man Bird mentioned Poodoo earlier.
Poodoo.
Yes.
Our man. I got one question. You extended universe. I found in the comics there's one character that I think was, especially since you talked about that, people were talking about that Black Carthan, whatever his name is,
Black Satan.
What do you think of perhaps doing something with Dr. Aphra? I found that the comics had her.
Oh, that particular comic, that was the Darth Vader comic series, right?
Yeah, Darth Vader, and then she ended up with a series.
Right. Those were a little bit more recent, correct?
Yeah, they were. Yeah, Marvel.
I saw a few of those, and from what I saw, it looked really well done. I unfortunately I don't have that strong of opinion about it because I didn't really read a lot of them. But the characters seemed really good. And I remember the one shot to where it's like I think it comes to a point where Vader finds out that he has a son, and that was an interesting panel shot in that comic.
Where you see the the windows start cracking.
Yep. So that was interesting. And I'll say this since I think Fett's still working on stuff. I love like the original canon novels, and when the sequel trilogy, when Force Awakens first came out, they were announcing that they were going to do novels as well, and other like stories, just within written word or comics and stuff. So whatever was the first novel that they released, I got, because I'm like, okay, I'm willing to buy into whatever Disney is making at that time. Mm-hmm. And that novel focused on Wedge Antilles, and the X-Wing series from the original canon lore is some of the best written Star Wars novels out there. If you've never read them, I recommend reading them. There's one book, Wraith Squadron. There's a moment to where I literally wept for one of the characters. The character development was that good. And this novel, I don't remember the name of it, recharacterized Wedge, his character and his personality, nothing like he was. It was a complete circumvention. Is that the right word? Whatever, of his character from the original novels, and made him into not a hero at all. It was like someone who was like just a defeated person. And it's like, well, it makes them more human. We're not talking about relating to characters that are like living in our world. We're talking about fantasy, space opera characters who have a will to fight. Yes, they go through stuff, but you want to keep on having a character if they're going through tough things. And Wedge Antilles did go through tough things in the original canon, but you got to show them he's one of the main heroes in some of those novel storylines. You have to show him overcoming. He is the leader of Rogue Squadron. He is a commander. Ends up being, I think he becomes a general admiral. He has to keep on pursuing onto his goals. That's just what defines him as a character. And as soon as I saw that novelization, or read through that novelization, and there were other things in that novel that just like, it wasn't well written. I didn't pick up anything ever since. I just went back to the Legends novels for the most part. It soured me on any novelizations that was going to be Disney canon, unfortunately.
Am I still here?
You're here, yes sir.
Yep.
Okay, because I'm looking at a white screen now backstage.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Okay. All right. I'm trying something here. This is really frustrating, not being able.
Oh, I'm sorry.
See the chat.
I had an issue like this on a stream. Not exactly like this, but my whole computer, like, besides the OBS that I was working on, everything else just froze up. And fortunately, I was able to close the stream and sign out and everything. But I literally had to shut down my computer to reset everything. It was really weird.
I'm trying something. I was
having that issue today.
I'm trying something I never attempted on a live stream before. I actually brought up another window, and I'm going to try to get into Restream again. So I just heard my blip. I'm going to see if I can allow myself into the stream and see what happens here.
Try to get that bucket of bolts moving.
Okay. Give me 1 second here. So, all right. So my tabs are you guys hearing?
We can hear you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got you.
All right. No chat over there. That's strange. All right.
So what did the proctologist say to the stormtrooper? These aren't the roids you're looking for.
Oh, gee.
Move along.
To the pit.
Pit. To the pit. No, you get the plank.
Swimming with the polar bears.
Yeah.
Now that reminds me of something, a medical thing that I don't think I want to talk about. But okay, why not? Why not? That's
Let's watch it. We've got nurses in the chat. They will leap on you.
No. Nothing degrading against the medical community.
Piranha.
I've suffered with Crohn's disease for like 30 some years, and no, I have huge respect for nurses because a lot of them have taken care of me a lot of times. But no, like I had like I think it was around a time when I was turning 30. You had to go like see a doctor for like that bum examination, you know, that as a man you always look forward to. And at the time I still had that part of my body still attached to me. I mean, it got removed 4 years ago, unfortunately, but still had it around that time. And I was thin, skinny guy, you know, I'm just like, you know, and I was married at the time too, just married for a number of years. And I go into this office, never saw this doctor before, just scheduled something because, you know, just had to get it done. And of course, this doctor is insanely hot. And then you have to discuss these medical things. I'm like, okay, we're going to do this. I'm like, okay. Drop your drawers. I don't want to right now. No. And, but anyway.
Yeah. They did that to us in the Navy the day they did the turn your head and cough bit. It was all female nurses. One of them was cute. The rest of them looked like, well, they'd run face first into a brick wall.
Jason Love. Wait, oh shit.
No, not have anything we haven't seen before. You come into this naked, you leave this room naked. If you are on my floor and I'm taking care of you, I probably will see
I have
you
no
naked.
shame at all. I have no shame at all.
Yeah.
I warned you, barman, man.
Yeah, it's just when you're 18, 19 years old and, you know, a girl comes around touching your what's and wherefore, and, you know, you have a tendency to,
birds spread them.
You know, it's kind of Apollo 11 right there, you know? And, yeah. So there's that.
All right.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, I think Slave One is having issues.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. So, okay, I'm going to ask a question.
I have dead air.
What did you think of Rebels? Do you think it's a decent transition? I mean, I liked it. I liked it, Rebels.
Overall, it was pretty good. I did not like how they did Admiral Thrawn. Even in that one. Like the Ahsoka series was a way worse version of Admiral Thrawn, but and this is the thing I said, it's not the Thrawn that Timothy Zahn wrote in that first book trilogy that he wrote, Heir of the Empire, Dark Force Rising, the rest. So I was a little bit disappointed in it, but at the same time, the story outside of that character was so well written that I dismissed it. The characters within Rebels were very nice, and the ending was really, really good as well. I liked how you had Ezra just removed from the picture, so that way there was no other contending Jedi when Luke was coming around. So that kept the consistency of the canon. So I did appreciate that.
And I did like in Rogue One when they did. One had the ghost, and two addressed General Syndulla.
Yeah.
I found that was an interesting tie-in.
Yeah.
I got a text from Fett. That was a bad idea. I'm trying to get back. So he's working on it.
Okay,
Robert, right? You are right. Some of the elements of Thrawn were there, but he's not as smart in Rebels, especially in Ahsoka, as he was in the books. I mean, he was reading everybody's moves by 100 in the books. That's why everybody feared him, because he knew exactly what you were doing before you even made the move. Ultimate chess player. But yes, you're right. That element of Thrawn studying culture and strategy was put in there in Rebels for sure.
they could have done more with Vader in Rebels. I thought.
I liked that like Vader meeting Ahsoka was pretty. That had some emotional weight in it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then he then undertook a quest to find her.
Yeah, and I'd say like the end of Clone Wars as well. Like it was a few years ago that I like 10 plus years ago I started watching the Clone Wars, and then a few years ago I ended up finishing it because they ended up making new seasons and stuff. I say the end of Clone Wars had a lot of good weight to it, especially setting up Ahsoka as a character.
Aha!
What about when?
There he is.
What about the I can't say the Gennady, the cartoon one versus the CGI one.
Like Clone Wars?
Yeah, because there were two different Clone Wars.
You mean the movie, the Clone Wars movie?
No, their Cartoon Network actually.
Oh yeah, that I never watched it, so I don't got an opinion on that.
Okay. Welcome back, Fett.
On my phone right now. Like computer completely took a shit.
Oh dear.
Again. Star Wars. Cursed on this channel, folks. Cursed. Now, it may have been, so I was attempting to bring, I thought I was being clever. I thought I could open another tab, maybe add myself on Restream there and close out the other one. But yeah, I just like locked everything up here. So
try spinning. That's a good trick.
Yeah. Yippee. I'm still, so I've never been on Restream on my phone, so the odds of me disappearing again are pretty high. And I'm trying to take down their comment, and I can't find the chat on the phone.
Yeah, Robert, Obi-Wan and Maul was one of the best part of Rebels. Yeah, that moment was that kind of completed, that gave a reason for Maul to come back alive, really, and that really settled his character. I hope they don't bring him back from that. Just leave him dead. Leave him dead from that, please. That's
that happens.
Good ending.
That happened so quickly, though. It was so anticlimactic, and
you didn't want Obi-Wan to really go like cartwheeling everywhere, though. So I think Obi-Wan was more of a master to really like kill him in one blow than he was when he was a Padawan. So it makes sense. You're talking about parrying moves. You're talking about like jousting or whatever. Like a master would know how to take down someone who's a lesser degree skill than him in just like one or two moves. So
yeah,
in a sense, it kind of makes sense.
So what was Darth Vader's second wife's name?
Did he have a second wife?
Yeah.
Oh.
Elevator.
Oh,
John, you're lucky I don't have access to the pit at this moment.
Oh,
already there.
He's already there. Oh, I've sent him to the plank.
Yes. Fez forever sleeps with the fishes.
I hope I'm not talking too loud. My wife's probably being like,
well, no. You know who's under the boat.
okay, good.
Just ready for you, John.
Yep.
All right. Corn. Let's rustle up a little bushel of corn here, huh?
Oh, yes.
A cornucopia of corn.
We have lots of corn up here.
You can go shuck yourselves.
There. Oh, yeah. Aha! Yeah, I see what you did there. Yeah, we got cornfields over there, and we got cornfields over there. We got a great big fed for hire here.
Yes, we do. Whoa.
Yeah, we do.
Okay. Honey, I blew up the kid.
So here's the thing. I brought a bunch of stuff down here to show off, right? And I don't want to have to put it all away without showing at least some of it. So I'm going to attempt to do this. So
okay.
I don't know how well this is coming across because my screen is so tiny and I've got like things that it says minimize right over my face backstage here. So hopefully you guys can see this stuff. But before
you're big enough, and that's what she said. So yep.
And that's all that matters. Okay, so I don't know what's going to happen with the computer if it cuts in while I'm doing this or whatever, but here's an attempt. So real quick, before I vanish, so I spoke about some of the weird stuff in my collection. So I'm going to show some of the weird stuff real quick. So okay. So for some reason, I still have, what is this? Attack of the Clones cereal.
Oh, wow.
Actually, two different photographic covers. Not open, by the way. Not open, right?
Oh, wow.
So I still have these. I don't know why.
Nice.
It was weird, and I thought I'd hang on to them. So I remember why I wanted to show those, because there was a big thing, especially in the late 90s, early 2000s, like food wars to see who could get the rights to, have merchandising for various movies. Yeah. And I remember Pizza Hut, my local Pizza Hut got these things in. I believe that's where I got these. These were cups.
Oh yeah.
With the straws went in. So there's an old mace. I got a Yoda. And they really went the extra mile. Like the arms are posable and stuff on them. I thought that was pretty neat. And a character that doesn't get much love, but who I did like from actually the first two prequels. Good old Watto there. Right?
Oh, Watto.
Yeah, I thought he was pretty neat. So got a Watto. Let's see.
I'm betting heavily on Sebulba.
Yeah.
Oh, these are kind of weird. So I have some masks.
Ooh.
Full-size masks. Now, unfortunately, this one here isn't working at the moment. The good father that I am, okay? When my daughter was really small, she was not only terrified of Darth Vader, but kind of General Grievous. So used to press a button on this, and he would cough and say some lines and stuff. So it did kind of come in handy when she was getting into something she shouldn't have. So, one hand you could say I tortured her with this, but on the other hand too, like it prevented her from sticking her fingers in light sockets and things like that. When a little push of the button and a cough from General Grievous. So it helped. It helped in parenting, you might say. But now I do have this. I have a Darth Maul mask. Unfortunately, believe it or not, so I'm not sure exactly. I don't think this was after the Phantom Menace, but this is still pretty old. Check this out.
Oh.
Steve.
Can't quite hear.
Yourselves to the Jedi. Lost. Revenge.
Did you guys hear that?
Yeah, the end of it. Yeah.
Yeah, so cool. He still works.
Nice.
So I think that's about the weird stuff. Let's see. I do have. Okay, so this I have a ton of vintage collection figures, but this is the only one that I have. They did a special foil variant. These are kind of the more rare. I don't know if you can see, but it's actually chrome foil. The card was done in chrome foil. I do have several like original trilogy characters, but this is the only prequel one that I have. But I do have that. And this, let's see, this was a special, I think a Target edition. Yeah, Target exclusive Darth Vader from Mustafar. It's kind of red. I don't know if it's coming across on his thing, but I don't know why it was red, but it was weird and limited, so I grabbed it. This was another Target exclusive. The Rise of Darth Vader.
Oh, nice.
Which I thought was cool simply because you could recreate the scene because you got the shock trooper, you got Palpatine. You could recreate the scene from Mustafar, and it even came with the table.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And check this out. Now, this is, I'm trying to see if I see a date. Look, 2013. So it's not incredibly old, but check this out. After all of these years, I'm handing away. His lightsaber still lights up.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
I've never opened this. I probably should at some point. I'm sure it's like watch batteries or something in there, but after all these years, his saber still lights up.
Nice.
So I thought that was cool. And with the exclusives, and I remembered somebody commented on C-3PO earlier, so I can't wait to show that. But this was a Walmart exclusive because you can never have too many astromechs. And of course, I love R2, but I'm actually kind of partial to the green. The green droid right there. These were from the Phantom Menace. If you guys recall, in the beginning, the very opening of the movie,
those poor droids.
Yeah,
that was torture.
Yeah, that's what those are.
The ones that were repairing the ship.
Yep.
And somebody mentioned C-3PO before he had his coverings.
Yep.
There you go. Good old Jakey Jake there. But then we got C-3PO minus his coverings, and we actually even got a couple pit droids, which I thought was pretty cool. Yeah. So let's see. What's we got here? As long as we're on the figures, these are going to be a little harder to show. Again, I stopped collecting the vintage collection, which were the more recent. They Hasbro things, but they called them the vintage collection because they put them on the old looking cards. I have most of those. I have up until like Disney. They really started getting into the Disney stuff, and they're poorly made now. So I stopped. I don't know, maybe 6 or 7 years ago. But up to that point, I pretty much have every one. So I didn't want to show you like everything. So this was a special edition for the Phantom Menace Episode 1.
Nice.
Where you got Darth Maul and Padme and stuff. And then so this one here was Episode 2. This one was done for Episode 2.
Yeah.
Cool. Of course, Jango Fett and Mace Windu.
Yeah.
Super Battle Droid too. Super Battle Droids are pretty freaking cool, in my opinion. This one, what the hell? This one's not okay. This one is Revenge of the Sith. Special edition. And each one too, I should have showed the backs too, because each one kind of has the movie poster.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
On the
Cool.
back. So
Posters.
those are pretty neat. And then they did another one. These were for what was it? The Blu-ray release. I keep going to look at my camera on my computer. Sorry about that. Yeah. For the Blu-ray release. So this is Phantom Menace as well with a couple. We got Qui-Gon, which is pretty cool.
And the battle droid.
Yeah, and then we have Attack of the Clones.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
And then finish it out, we have Revenge of the Sith with good old General Grievous.
Grievous.
Yes.
Yeah. And the cool thing about these is it's a shame. Both of them are the same way. They have side art that when you put them together, it makes like a scene with the Star Wars logo and everything like that.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't bring the original trilogy ones down, but why display them from the side so you get a nice, cool little scene.
Yeah.
Let's see. Right, I showed that. Okay, so on to, I would save those for last. My last couple of things here, ship-wise, and I do have some of these boxed too, but I thought it'd be cooler to show the ones that I've opened. This is Obi-Wan's Jedi Starfighter from Attack of the Clones.
Wow.
And this does something cool. Like, it never did it in a movie. They should have incorporated it in, but if I remember right, yeah, you pull that out, and it's like its own little ship. I guess the droid, or and then Obi-Wan has like kind of almost like the Revenge of the Sith looking deal going on here. And I thought that was pretty neat. You know, feature we never saw in the movie. But with that, I also have the Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan Jedi Starfighter. And if I remember right, I think, oh, I'm holding the wing shut, but yeah, the wings pop out. It's almost a TIE fighter with effect. And of course, you gotta have Anakin's.
Yeah.
See if I can put my hands out of the way this time. Yeah, the wings open.
Oh,
up.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, there
Cool.
we go. Wings open up. Landing gear go up and down. All that, they're cool stuff. And of course, the cockpit's open and stuff.
Yeah.
And now the last couple of things, and I forgot this too, real quick. This is an original pod racing. We were discussing the pod racing hat. Still has the hang tag and everything on it. Like, I had this in this plastic bag for, probably since the 90s.
Wow.
So that's an original pod racing hat. Now, one of my favorite things, because I think I profess my fanboyness for Hayden Christensen as Darth Vader. So I have
the glove.
The Revenge of the Sith. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
John, do you feel it? Do you feel it? I'm force choking you. Yeah, the Hayden glove. Cool. And now, of all my figures, and I love them all. I have tons of. One of these days, I got to do a video on all my legitimate 70s vintage figures. But from the Revenge of the Sith line, which I have many of those carded too, these are two of my favorite figures that I have in my collection. I just love these. These are called the Separation of the Twins. Here you have when Leia was given to Bail Organa. And of course, you have to have when Luke was delivered by Obi-Wan
to Owen.
Very good.
Tatooine.
Very good.
Owen and Beru. Yep, Owen and Beru. So, okay. That's what I have. Yeah. Oh, and I don't know if you noticed. No, you can't see it now. Hold on. I'll grab something. I'm standing behind me, but I think I was in the way. So when you're talking action figures, check this.
Holy cow, man.
Yeah. So I kind of have a fondness for the shock troopers. So I have one of these here bad boys, and I do have a couple more for the original. I'll save those for the original trilogy, but the same scale.
Nice.
So yeah. So
very cool.
Those are some. Oh, I have this too, but I have a boxed one too. The Revenge of the Sith voice changer.
Oh wow!
Chest box.
Wow.
So I have one box too, as well as. Oh geez, I might as well. Totally forgot because I always have this right up here. I have.
See you later, Carla.
Bye, Carla.
See ya, Carla.
Take it easy, Carla. Thanks for stopping by. I always forget because I always pardon the dust because it always sits right above me here. But I have the old Captain Rex.
Wow.
See if this still works after all these years. Hold on. Oh, it does. Yeah, it does.
Wild.
Anyway, yeah, I always have. Now this is the kids, hence the big the big. It's nothing real fancy, but I also have the kids Boba Fett up there too. But I also have a cool Boba Fett that I will save for probably Empire. But
very good.
So there's some of the stuff in my collection, prequel related.
Awesome, man.
Now I'm gonna let's see. I'm gonna try to hit minimize and see what happens. Well, I didn't minimize. Interesting.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, now I don't know how to minimize.
There we go.
Okay,
there we go. We used Mr. Salinti's shrink ray the right way. So.
Yeah. Honey, I shrunk the fat.
That's the thing, it's like, I get it, devices are different and things like that, but Restream, StreamYard, all of these things, can we just kind of make it the same? Like, why does it have to be so different? It's so different on my phone than it is, on a computer. But so our madman, I'm going to attempt. I know you had some things you wanted to show.
I also pulled something out that
cross
came
your
to my
fingers.
mind. So, and
all right, I'm going to try to enlarge you.
There it worked. It worked. Whoa,
okay, there we go.
Whoa, that's a lot. And I do want to say that, unfortunately, this will be the only time that I'll be here talking about Star Wars for this month, because this time next weekend I'll be traveling to the country of Chile with my wife and family and all that. We'll be gone for like about a month. So this will be my only time here for all this Star Wars stuff, which kind of drives me a little nuts, but that's okay. Maybe I'll talk about book lore sometime in the future, because I can be all up in that. But
very cool.
Yeah, there will be more Star Wars discussions.
But sure. No, this is just a fun lightsaber. It doesn't glow up, but I got this when I needed like some type of costume back in like 2008, 2009 when I was going to broadcasting school. So I picked this up, and my son hasn't broken it yet, so that's good. He doesn't use it much.
Hey, see, what's that? Does that have a green
blade?
It's a green
blade.
Is that a green blade? See, there you go. That's my perfect lightsaber right there. Anakin Hill, or Luke Hill, however you want to call it, with a green blade. That's my dream lightsaber right there.
So that's something. I already showed the books, but I did pull something out because it came to my mind that when you were showing stuff, and I'm just like, I was trying to rack in my brain. Okay, where did I have this? Because I have an interesting poster that I've kept for a long time, and then I'm like, I instantly remember. Oh, wait a second, I think I know where it is. So it's kind of bent. And this isn't the prequels, but since I'm only going to be here this time, I'll just show this.
Oh, nice.
Let's see.
I have from the box sets, right? The VHS one. Yep, I have those box sets, and I have those shirts. I think I have two of the. I don't think I have Yoda, but I have the Trooper and Darth. I'll have to look, but I think I have the T-shirts.
Cool.
Yeah,
those are cool posters.
It's pretty nice poster. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Books I can show and talk about books some other time. So no worries.
Very cool.
Okay, very nice, and worthy of a Star Wars stream. So I don't know. I guess with that, I'm currently trying to figure out if I can pop up the outro. That's one of the frustrating. My computer is still apparently it's begging for a restart.
And I'm still in Biggin too.
I don't know if I can.
You get all of this here.
Well, that's because like I'm afraid to attempt to turn my camera off as I look, because I'm like face to face with the camera here as I'm trying to figure out if I can bring up the outro or not. Because I know the video's saved. The intros and outros are saved. I can't figure out any way to.
This one.
Okay, I found them. Okay.
Read it. Start with it.
Zahn. I actually got to meet Zahn like a long time ago. It was just a handshake and a brief hi. But that was kind of cool. That was kind of cool.
Very good.
Nice. Yeah, I've got Revenge of the Sith book here, and the sequel to Revenge of the Sith.
And a little bit of like a kind of prequel trivia. Do we know who Vader first force choked? Anybody? Do you know?
Let's see.
Is it in one of the books?
It is in one of the books. I haven't read too many prequel books, but yes, it is. It is in one of the books.
I think it's in the one I have here, but I haven't read it in a while.
Okay.
I've got Revenge of the Sith.
I mean, it's not the movies, but it's like an offshoot book.
Yeah. This one is this is the novelization of Revenge of the Sith, which is really good. And I consider this the sequel to that, Revenge of the Sith, Dark Lord, The Rise of Darth Vader. And I think it's in here.
No, it's actually before Darth Vader was Darth Vader. When he was a Padawan, Anakin is when he first unknowingly, well, kind of knowingly, used his anger and started choking somebody.
Oh, wow.
I see there's a chat with the chat. No. With the chat, I wonder if the chat would know this. And I don't know if it's still canon, but this is when when I read it when the prequels were coming out, I found it very interesting. And I'll give a hint. It's a character that we know. It is a Star Wars character that we should know was in the films. I'm not saying what films they were, but they were in the films.
Wasn't Obi-Wan, was it?
Nope.
Jar Jar.
Right? We can but wish.
Oh, wait a second, then I'll say it. It was Tarkin.
Oh. Very interesting. Huh, very cool.
It's quite an interesting novel. Obi-Wan and Anakin. Anakin's a little bit older and slightly older. He's still practically a boy, but he's Padawan in training. And him and Obi-Wan go on a on a servant thing on a I would say I want to say quest, but that's not it. They just basically get ordered by the Jedi Council to go somewhere investigate something. And what it's kind of interesting because what they encounter is almost like a precursor to the Yuuzhan Vong, which was very interesting. And you could see like Anakin's character development and how he has this power inside him within the book, and Obi-Wan is observing it, and they're still trying to get used to being a master and Padawan within the book. And then you got Tarkin in the background. Tarkin doesn't even know Anakin, but he's involved in a sinister way within this, and they end up encountering each other, and Anakin uses a rage against him for a moment, but lets go of him before he kills him, of course.
Wow.
Very interesting.
Yeah. Very good.
Very cool.
Yeah.
All right. With that, this was, I mean, except for the this computer, try not to curse. This was pretty good. It was pretty good. I enjoyed this. You guys really, I liked what you all had to say about the prequels, and fortunately, I can't bring up any links right now. So I will put them in the description of the replay, so they will be there. And so I would appreciate if everyone watching this on the replay would check out our Madman Force channel, the Feds for Hire channel, and King Dolphin Television, King Dolphin TV. Check them on out, give them a like, and if you would, please subscribe to these gentlemen. So Raymond, what you got going on? I'm going to try to maximize.
All right. This Wednesday, I'm going to do some old school stuff. I found an old 60s cartoon from Hanna-Barbera called The Herculoids. And I'm going to do a review of the series, not the whole series, but there was a comic, a recent comic adaptation of them that I'm going to start reviewing. And then later this month, I'll review the Fantastic Four, and then the Not Ready for Pod Time players will start doing a reading of Dolphin Wars Peacemaker. I gotta say Dolphin Wars because I don't want James Gunn coming after me or the Wabbits. And then and finally I will have Agent Pepsi 1 as a guest because she's writing a story that I'd like to talk to her about. So I've got a busy January, and of course, Just Cuz.
Yep.
And of course,
very cool.
Yep. King Dolphin TV. Let's make some waves.
Awesome.
All right. Our Madman 4. What you got going on? I know a lot of stop motion stuff. Why don't you tell us about it?
Yes, sir. Well, actually, we're doing some for a couple hours before coming on here tonight. But yeah, check out. Don't go to our Madman 4 YouTube channel. Go to Tales of Valhalla YouTube channel, or Tales of the Void TOTV YouTube channel. I'm setting up another channel there, which again, my Comic Relief Crusader helped with the logos for that. But primarily Tales of Valhalla. That is where I do stop motion animation on the board game Heroescape, which was released early 2000s, discontinued 2010, and then the last couple of years it's had a resurgence through the company Renegade Game Studios, and it is a lot of it's currently being painted on my desk right now. But no, I've done a stop motion series in the past 10 plus years. Called Tales of Valhalla: The Aftermath Chronicles. It's I've got about 3 seasons and 10 episodes each. Really fun series. It helped me learn to develop myself as a producer, director, voice actor, animator, just all the cards that need to be played in this type of stop motion production. I did, and it's a fun story. Check it out. So even if you're not interested in the game, just suggest you check it out. I just completed re-edits of those seasons into a complete video for each season. Instead of it being episodic, it's just one long watch, because I know sometimes it's tough to switch between videos on YouTube. So those are out there just to watch it straight through. It was a lot of fun. Worked with a lot of fun volunteers, voice actors, and such. So yeah, check me out there. And again, taking a little bit of a sabbatical this month, but later this year, I'm currently doing stuff that will be shown on both channels in the future. So
very cool.
That's okay, SB4H. That's all right.
Okay.
Jill's here.
Who's here?
Jill.
Oh, hey, Jill. Am I still here? Am I still here?
Your voice is.
Your voice is.
I don't know where I went, man. This is a disaster on the way out, isn't it? You know, at least it's on the way out, I guess. But hail, Jill. Welcome to my nightmare, as Alice Cooper would say. Yeah. Okay, so this stream was pretty good up until the very end, and it's like these are like technical issues on steroids here. Like, because I'm back here, I'm realizing like I don't have a button to end the stream.
Oh dear God.
Yeah. So John, while I continue to search, okay, I'm gonna enlarge you and tell us about what you got going on.
Well, got the new computer, so that's a step in the right direction and got me through both King Dolphin and this one with no major problems. Thank you, Lord. And so there's that, and I'll probably be using it to make some videos, hopefully sooner than later. So keep an eye on the channel, see what happens, and might make some good things happen. Other than that, I got to find a dentist because the tooth over here is finally actually got a visible cavity.
Ouch.
Instead of just hurting for no reason for the last 2 years.
Oh, that's not good.
Well, I think I know what actually happened. Back in around 2003, 2004, I was really angry with my boss's boss. And to the extent where one night I just got so angry, I clenched my jaw really tight and, harder than I thought was possible, frankly. and I think I micro cracked both this side and this side on those two molars, and that's what's been giving me the pain that's been going. So
that's not good.
Hopefully get this tooth pulled soon or filled or something. Fortunately, I've got a dentist in my lodge, so there's that. And otherwise, just, doing stuff at the lodge and doing the genealogy here and restoring tools and what have you. And in fact, I just resharpened a saw that's about 140 years old. And I was doing that during the first part of Raymond's stream. And that came out actually really well. Cuts better than any of the newer saws I have now. So, continuing to do stuff like that and watch videos and go on with life as it is.
I just subbed. I just subbed to you, Fizz.
Oh, great. Great.
Holy hell, Raymond, it's about time.
Wow. I'm a busy dolphin.
Yes, you are. You got a lot in the fire.
I'm kidding, buddy.
But as you can see, I do a hell of a lot of the genealogy stuff. All of this from these books back here into the scrolls, into all the other papers and junk here, that's all family history from various sources, including my mother and my sister and all the places they've gone to. So a lot of cool stuff happening there. And hoping to figure out a way to make money with it someday, because I do a lot of this for other people for free. Because, I'm just silly that way. But I even did some for FET. And, that was a lot of fun to do, actually. Because I think it's his great-great-grandfather was a miner who was one of the guys who dug the tunnel to the pit at the Battle of Cold Harbor.
Oh,
and,
nice.
If you ever read up on that, it's the Battle of the Crater.
I remember that. I remember that battle.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, hey, keep that in mind. My ancestor dug the pit.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey! Awesome.
So that's where we're sending people.
Oh, yeah. And
all right, very cool, brother John. I'm in the process of restarting my computer, so I'm hoping, because now I found a button on my phone to end the stream, so I'm hoping that goes by without a hitch. But whether my computer is going to stay logged in or not, I have no clue. Why the hell am I gone? It's like
there's your icon was there for a second.
Yeah, I don't understand. Okay, let's try this. I don't understand why now even my phone is not cooperating.
Uh-oh.
This is like
weird.
This is like Disney sabotage or something. Oh, there I am.
Yes.
So my camera's switching from front to back all on its own. Isn't that nice? Isn't that special?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But
and
all right, ladies and gentlemen,
Kylo were over in the corner laughing their asses off. Watch what happens when I press this one.
I bet you it's them darn cats.
Yep.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you. So I apologize for the disaster at the end, but at least we kind of went through with the Star Wars stream for once. We talked about it and we did it. And I want to say too, I took it as an omen today. One really cool thing happened. So I've made mention in the past that I lost my original Facebook account. And on one hand, I don't care because I'm not close with my family and stuff. But I did have a lot of I considered famous friends, like the band Crimson Glory and stuff. Like you folks probably never even heard of them, but they're famous to me. So it was a loss when I lost, John. I was friends with John Gallagher, singer of Raven and stuff. So, and a lot of those folks have too many friends now. They exceeded the limit, so they can't add me and stuff. But so over the last 7 years, I guess it is now, I've been trying to rebuild some of the Star Wars folks that I used to be friends with, and for some reason, some of the ladies. I don't know. I guess because I'm fit for hire over there, they probably think I'm some scammer that's trying to sell them something or want them to hire. So anyway, I was friends back with most of them, and except for one. Speaking of the prequels, So I woke up today and totally even forgot. For years, I guess I had a friend request out there to Nalini Krishan. If you folks aren't familiar with her, she is Barasofi from Attack of the Clones there, and I believe she might have even done the voice for the Clone Wars. I forget, but like, so that kind of I woke up to this today. Let's see if I can share this. It's not letting me share it for some reason, which is scaring me because I found a thing where you can bring up the.
Right,
oh, there it is. It just took a second. Yeah, so I woke up to this today. So finally, like I have because like I had like all the ladies, the cool ladies from Attack of the Jedi, you know, Barasofi, Orly Shoshan, who played Shak Ti, Jedi Master Shak Ti, Mary Oyea, the great Mary Oyea, but for some reason, I must have creeped Nalini, Fet for Hire must have creeped Nalini out. But finally today, she's back. So I was like, yeah, we got to do the prequels today because Nalini deserves it. So I want to thank, not that you'll ever see this, but I want to thank her because, you know, I know when you get into people like Mark Hamill and stuff like that, it could be like people running their accounts and stuff. But I've actually interacted with some of these fine ladies before and made them stuff and all, you know, graphic wise and things like that. So that made my day. Yeah, that made my day to know that Nalini was back. So, all right, now, how the hell do I get rid of that? That is the question.
What the H? Is the H hitting the street or not?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll try this. We'll try this and see.
Okay, that's something.
There we go. Right, did it stop? Oh my God, did it stop? I hope that wasn't.
What's a freeze frame right now?
I hope that wasn't as loud for you guys as it was for me.
Oh, there
Holy smokes, that was loud. Anyway.
Wow.
Yeah, anyway, okay. I'm not going to push any more buttons because I'm scared. I showed the movie of the week earlier, so anyone catching us at the tail end, the movie of the week is Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid. So in case you want to brush up on that, for interact with the fellas on a Wednesday there. As far as I go, I didn't really do any videos this week. I was kind of hitting the shorts hard, and I'm going to continue to do that. I do have some things I want to try to make a video for this week. Hopefully, I'll get around to that. But I want to try to continue the month of Star Wars. Hopefully, we can get all the glitches gone because starting next week, I want to get into the original trilogy. So next week, I'm hoping to discuss Star Wars, right? A New Hope.
Guys.
For all you youngins out there, A New Hope. We'll discuss that, and I have a bunch of stuff like I'd like to show and stuff for that. So hope to see you there. In the meantime, for everyone that was here on the panel, for everyone that was here in the chat, and everyone that will watch this on the replay, you guys aren't just subscribers. You guys are my friends, and I love you. And by now, I hope you know what to do. And it's a shame Carla's not here again because she can't do the part. But by now, I hope you know what to do. You have to take care of yourself, take care of each other. And why? Take it easy when you can take it. Raymond, say it. Easy. Yeah. Okay, how the hell do I play the outro? Let's try this.
Bye-bye.
All right, I got a little story for you about this girl I know. I think you'll like it. It goes a little something like this. Take it easy. Take it easy.
And I can't share the damn chat, and I can't even see it at this point. So SP4H probably snuck one in there. So I'm going to say goodnight to SP.